So today we're doing Monday Manhwa. I would love to see you stream it. Oh, the game? Withering Wind. Oh, I was streaming it last time. Hey, Riker. Okay, I gotta do my squats, guys. Hold on. I gotta do my squats. My model is gonna flip the fuck out. I'm just gonna let y'all know this now. Hold on. Give me a second. Oh, motherfucker. Mother. If this bitch. Oh, my lord. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to do myself an idol so I don't freak out as much, so hold on. I will have to catch up on the VOD. Hey, that's okay. Send me your friend code. Wait, on Steam or what? Wait, which friend code are we talking about? What's up, Riker? Hey, what's up, Matcha, my homie? Hope you're having a wonderful day. Hope it goes good with Manhwa. Thank you. Actually, let me show out you as well, Riker. And hello, Addict. Don't worry about it. Always send me a DM if you want Steam friend code. I think, Addict. Both Woowa and stream. Alright, yeah, just go ahead and DM me through Discord so I don't forget. Because I probably might. I'm not gonna lie. Ooh, I just saw someone playing Shin Megami Tenshi. I just saw someone literally yesterday. Like one big streamer playing it and then someone else playing it recently. Sounds good. Thank you, Addict. Appreciate it. I gotta do my 5 squats. Hold on, guys. Every time that's redeemed, I have to do 5 squats, so. Is this a romance kind of thing only? No, man, we had some crazy shit. No, we had other stories. Don't worry. We had this one with the big eye right here. That one was creepy. I just have different stories if I'm interested in them. We listen to it. Okay, so before I do the squats. Actually, let me do the squats and I'll explain it. Hold on. Let me do these squats real quick, okay? Hold on. Oh, thank you, Matcha. You're welcome. Hold on. My model's gonna freak out if I don't. Okay, hold on. I gotta do my squats. Gotta do my squats. Alright, do the squats. Here we go. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh man, I was about to go to 10. That's alright. We don't need to do that. It's crazy. I'll have to DM you my bookmark list. Hey, let's go, Artie. I'm ready for that. Listen, I have a problem with been playing with SMST for a while. And one. Hi, Louie. Hello. How are you? Hi. Hello. Oh. Give me a second. There are so many little questions. I dropped something, that's why. Oh, my model! Oh, you didn't see that. Oh my god, my model went crazy just now. Crazy. Okay. But no, so today, if you guys don't know about this, Monday Manhwa is about... You saw nothing. You saw nothing. Y'all missed it earlier. We were talking about dicks. It was interesting. But no, today on Monday Manhwa, what we do, if you guys are new to Monday Manhwa, what we do is every Monday we talk about a different manhwa. We watch like this AI tell us the story about the manhwa, and then from there we watch like 30 minutes of it, and then if we decide if we like the manhwa, we actually look up the story after. And this kind of helps people not just like have like a certain prejudice towards like a cover of a story or just a quick summary of it. It's so you can see if this manhwa is actually worth your listening. Now, if you want to actually go ahead and if you have manhwa you want to refer or you want us to see, go ahead in my Discord. The Discord link is actually exclamation point Discord. If you're watching the live stream, it is the Blossom Mafia, which is the Blossom family, essentially, to the Petal Realm. So feel free to come on over. There is a actual like channel card that says like manhwa recommendations. If you have your own manhwa recommendations, please feel free to put them in there as well. Only close friends get to DM me, so it's hard for me to keep up with the DMs a lot, but the ones who know me know about my schedule. But yes, so today we're gonna do Manhwa, Monday Manhwa. And a lot of people watch the VOD, so if you're watching the VOD here, thank you so much. I appreciate you. You're a real homie. So I don't know which one we're gonna watch today because I have a ton of shit on here. Some of them we haven't even watched or began watching. So sometimes if it does get boring, we switch on to the next manhwa. So if you want to just chill and relax here, feel free to. It can be pretty hectic. What, in the Discord? Yeah, sometimes. Not all the time, but there are times we're a little wild up in there. But not all the time. Let's see. She has to save her father because of her mother's death. What? I don't know about that. Let's see. I think there was one up here I wanted to look at. Oh, it was this one. I remember this. Alright. The strongest knight gets pregnant after one night stand with her best friend who secretly loves her.
The story starts with...
That's one way to getting out of the fucking friend zone, if you ask me. I was talking about your schedule. You're quite a busy... I am a busy bee. If you guys aren't sure, I actually just got a job recently, and it took me forever to get a job. So I finally recently got a job, and not that I didn't have a job before, but I have one where I can make a bit more money. Hi, Gaming Queen! What up, honey bun? That's my homie right there. Hi, Gaming Queen! Oh my god. Hi there. I love that. Hello. Hey. I can tell you want my attention. How you doing? How are you? I'm very good. Very good. Today we're doing Monday Manhwa, and if you want to chill with me here, I'd really appreciate it. We're doing Monday Manhwa, where we just look at Manhwa and see if it's worth our time or not, and then we find out the name of it at the end. So I'm going to do that and a little bit of Sims today, so if you want to chill with us, feel free to. Hopefully no tries to start beef with you at your... I know. Hopefully this time it's good. I think it'll be fine. But I'll still be able to stream Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, and perhaps the weekend as well. But we'll see how that goes. Because I'm still doing Monday Manhwa. Tomorrow is Time Travel Tuesday, and then Wednesday is Wind Down Wednesday. So make sure you're there for those if you can't be any other days of the week. Definitely. I'm good. I'm glad you're good. I'm glad you guys are good. So feel free to chillax, wind down with me here. We're going to talk about this Monday Manhwa. Because apparently this guy got out of the fucking friend zone by fucking out of the friend zone. You know what I'm saying? He said, I'm going to move my way out by fucking it out, you know? Sometimes you got to do that. With consent. Alright. By the way, this is all AI talking, so if it sounds fucking stupid, if they say Rachel, if they meant to say Rachel and it says Raquel, we make fun of it collectively, okay? Actually, let me move my big ass head out of the way. I'm a little too big, you know what I'm saying?
The story starts with our protagonist finding what can either be the best or...
What? The protagonism? It's not even a protagonist or progonist. They used to say progonist, now it's a proganism. Chat, I'm diagnosed with the proganism. Man said, I'm friend zoned. Wow, shit, this dick about to know. This dick, though.
The story starts with our protagonist finding what can either be the best or worst news for a woman to have, depending on her situation. The news is that she is pregnant, and looking at our MC, we can't say which one is it for her just...
Now I know that's a fake. That is not a real blood test. Piss test. That is not a real piss test. You know why? I have to pee on a stick that has paper to show me 2 lines. This bitch peed on a piece of stick, and it's still straight. This bitch must have waited a minute. And she's still holding it with her fingers? Ugh. I don't like this. Ooh, this is a terrible pregnancy test. It's a piece of paper. Ew, it smells like pee. Ew.
Is pregnant, and looking at our MC, we can't say which one is it for her just yet. Okay. In the Rojas Empire, the knights gain fame and honor because of their hard work and training, regardless of their gender. At the center of these knights was the commander of the Crimson Lion Knight Squad, the strongest knight in the Rojas Empire. That is our MC, Madeline Taxgate, coming from a commoner background. Her strength was so great that she quickly rose to the rank of Commander-in-Chief. She shed rivers of blood and tore through countless enemies on the battlefield.
Yo, she can kill through me real quick, you know what I'm saying? Like, run them hands through my hair and pull. I'm just kidding.
But learning that she is pregnant is something she cannot handle well. She is furious one moment and happy the next. Madeline thinks about her childhood. She was an orphan who was abandoned by her parents.
Oh, no.
From a young age, she clung on to her life with incredible willpower, and thus she became stronger than most kids her age. Then one day, Madeline spotted some people kidnapping a rich boy, who turned out to be the only son of a duke. While they locked him in a room and went away, Madeline snuck inside through the window and helped the duke's son escape. Because of that, the duke fully supported her financially, and she was taught how to wield a...
Hold up, huh? Y'all, okay, wait a fucking minute. Why did his hair... Y'all saw that, right?
Some people kidnapping a rich boy, who turned...
His hair was black, and then it turned white. Bitch, you a chameleon? What happened? Was that a wig? Did you take off your edges? Like, what happened? Did they take off your edges? I don't get it. How did his hair turn from this to this? That's a terrible color theory. Someone is not doing the screen tones. He's a vampire. My guess is that he dyed his hair as a disguise. You know what? He probably did. Watch it be some magic shit. That's what I'm thinking.
And she was taught how to wield a sword.
Maybe that's why. Maybe.
The rest is history.
That's weird.
However, even after becoming the commander-in-chief of knights, there was a small desire inside of her heart that she thought was a luxury she could not afford. That desire was to have a family of her own. Now that Madeline is pregnant, she is abound with joy and can't stop herself from jumping in happiness. However, the issue is the baby daddy. Madeline is sure that it can be only one person, Theo, a duke and the top archmage of the Rojas Empire. He is a fellow war hero and also the kid Madeline saved when she was just 6.
Yikes.
Ever since then, they became best friends, but now Madeline is pregnant with her best friend's child, because of one mistake. She wonders if she should tell Theo about the pregnancy since the child is his, but decides against it. She believes that the ducal family would not accept an illegitimate child anyway. Ever since the beginning, except for Theo, the atmosphere around the Duke's family has been grim.
How would you feel if you fucked your best friend by accident and then you're like, fuck, they're in the chain of command. They could kill my kid if I say anything. And me. I don't know, man. That's crazy. Bitch, I would have been like, deuces. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I'd run away, but like, how do you accidentally, it's not like, I don't know how you accidentally get pregnant because of one night mistake. Like, how did that happen? Like, I'm not saying it's not possible. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just trying to figure out, like, how did you accidentally have his, like, did he fall on the banana and his dick fly in your vagina? Like, I don't get it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what happened to that? Oops, I got stuck in a wall, bitch. Oops, I opened my legs and your banana fell through. Like, that's not the split I wanted in my vanilla. You know what I'm saying? Let me help you out. I'm fucking done. Y'all are crazy. Oh no, we put this man on the ground. I just happen to have my sperm inside of you. That's wild. Oh my god, my belt. I'm telling you, that's what it feels like. Like, what is this? I'm sorry, that sounds mean.
Would differentiate between the nobles and commoners, and for them, Madeline was never more than a loyal hound whose job was to protect Theo.
Ooh,
that is why she decides not to go to the ducal family because they may try to...
Oh no, there goes my pants. Twerking emo. I love that penguin. Who's throwing it back? Oh my god, I love that penguin. Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, I'm sorry. I love penguins. If y'all don't know, that's my favorite animal in the entire world, honestly.
Harm the child. As for Theo, Madeline knows that he dislikes people and especially children, so she is afraid that he may ask her to abort. Even though Madeline is happy about receiving a baby, she cannot force that happiness on Theo. She thinks that protecting the baby is her responsibility alone, and she has enough wealth and power for it. That is why Madeline decides that she doesn't need to marry and asks Theo to play his role as a father. The very next moment, she cringes at the idea of marrying Theo because, ever since childhood, they have been close like siblings. They can talk freely with each other, but there is no romance between them.
Well, then how did you accidentally fuck your brother? That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I don't know if I can finish this video. I don't know if I can finish this video.
Oh, no. Ay, caramba, this is problematic.
No one will call it Sweet Home Alabama love.
Yeah,
Madeline
oh
recalls the
God.
last time they met,
Hey,
and
I
Theo
know.
told her about his wedding
Hey, I
plans.
know. Hey, I tried to make a joke. It was a twin scenario. Oh, no. Not the telenovela. It was a twin, my evil twin. Too much soju. Listen, when they were taking a bath as siblings, together as siblings, do the floor so... Is that how we slipped in? Is that... I can't. Ew. I don't know if I can do this. I don't know. We're like 2 minutes and 56 seconds in, and I don't know if I can do this, bro.
She could tell that he had a woman in his heart for a very long time, and that is why she thinks that it is not good to tell him. Moreover, Madeline is sure that if Theo gives a negative reaction to the news that she has his baby, she might not spare even him. She even begins thinking that it will be hard to kill him because he is a great magician, and then wonders what would happen if she came up with a plan. This girl has a couple of screws loose from
that you have a
fighting too
kid.
much.
Like, guys
well,
aren't
Madeline
stupid.
shakes away the thought of harming Theo and decides not to tell him anything because that may ruin
Unless
everything.
he just was drunk
She
too, I
decides
don't
that
know.
she will keep the baby safe first and then deal with Theo later. And for that, there is one thing she must do first.
You
She
gonna
must
resign?
resign. She
Okay.
puts on her uniform for the last time and
God
notices
damn.
the gold.
I'm sorry. She is hot. I'll take care of the baby. I'll stay at home. Hold on, let me screenshot this bitch because she gorgeous. I will stay at home. But what? Gotta focus on my comp game right now. I'm hella distracted. Hey, that's fine, bro. It's fine. You could lurk. It's okay. Be back in a minute. Hey, that's okay. This story all over the place. Bro, you telling me, bro, but the fuck, why are they so fine? I'm sorry. Look at their uniform. Hold on.
First, she must resign. She puts on her uniform.
That, I'm like, ooh. There goes my baby. I'm sorry. That's not really my baby, but okay. Because I don't fuck siblings like her. I'm sorry. That's
For the last time and notices the gold button on the shoulder. She recalls how Theo used to lecture her about high-quality gold being good to store models, and she would always forget, making him irritated. He treated her like a fool in those moments, and while Madeline was not happy about it then, she can laugh it off now.
How you
She wonders how
doing?
she even spent a night with a punk like him. After that, Madeline
Hi,
thinks that since the
hi,
7-year-long war
hi.
is finally over, it is time for the war hero to vanish now.
Yo,
Soon,
why do I get
Madeline
like, I don't mean to make fun of this couple, but like when I look at her, I feel so bad for saying this. The guy that we just saw, he gives me mad twink vibes. Is that wrong to say? Like, you sure she didn't straddle him by accident? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe I'm a dick. I don't know. He's a bottom bet. I'm telling you. I feel like somebody in the comments is like, oh my god, he's a power bottom. How could you say that? Like, I don't. Yikes. I don't know, dude.
The war is finally over. It is time for the war hero to vanish now. Soon, Madeline walks out of her room,
She
and her
looks so
escort,
hot.
Brittany, begins fangirling and simping
Same.
over her. She
Same.
talks about how
That's me.
Madeline is beautiful, strong,
Yes.
and perfect in all ways.
Yes.
She talks about how Madeline passed the test to be a knight at 15 with flying colors and was admitted as a proper knight at the age of 17. At the age of 19, she was chosen as the Crown Prince's guard, showing that she is truly a genius. Brittany approaches Madeline
Bro,
and
I'd be
asks if she
streaming
is
for her
going out
too.
now.
Look at
She
her
eagerly
outfit.
asks Madeline if there is
She's so hot. Oh my god. Since I'm bisexual, you already know what kind of females I'm into, so that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
anything she requires.
As a
Madeline
bottom
just
myself, I
smiles
know
at her
what
and
I
pats her head,
see.
telling
I'm sorry, I keep pausing. This girl said, as a bottom, I know when I see one. She said, my detector is going off.
Brittany that she just wants to go to the palace. Brittany starts blushing at this, and then she rushes to the stables to bring Madeline's horse out. Soon, she brings out the majestic horse named White, which was personally gifted to Madeline by the Emperor. Madeline looks at White, but then she recalls that she is pregnant and tells Brittany to return the horse to the stable and prepare a carriage instead. Brittany agrees, but she is confused by this sudden change in decision because Madeline has never traveled by carriage before. Well,
Whoa.
Madeline knows nothing about what an expectant mother should do. But she is sure that riding horses would not be a good thing for her baby, so she decides to be more careful with things like this. Soon, her carriage reaches the palace,
so
and Madeline
hot.
begins
I'm
heading
sorry.
to see the crown prince.
I volunteer
The
as
girls are
tribute. You
smitten
damn
to
right,
see her,
addict. I
and they
am.
too start simping after her. They talk about her dashing looks and the bracelet that has the sorcery seal of Duke Theo. Everyone talks about how much the Duke must value Madeline to give it to her. But
even
a beautiful woman in a blue...
Dude, even the other women are shrimping for her. I'm just saying, that's when you know you hot in all types of ways. That's,
dress
Happy
says
Pride
that it is
Month.
just a small present she prepared herself for Madeline. Meanwhile, Madeline is lost in her thoughts. She wonders exactly what she should tell the crown prince as she gives him her resignation. Suddenly, the woman in blue calls out to her, and Madeline realizes that trouble is going to follow her soon. The woman named Helena tells her that she seems to be in such a hurry that she forgot to greet her. Madeline apologizes to her, saying that she didn't see her because she was immersed in her thoughts. She asks her how she has been doing, and Helena says that she is good. She keeps a smile on her face as she asks Madeline to visit her more often and asks if she tried the cookies she sent her the last time. She appears to care for her and even says that Madeline has too much weight. But all of that is an act. Madeline thinks of Helena as a half-blooded succubus who is 40 years old but doesn't look a day older than 25.
Damn! Can I look like her when I'm 40? Shit, she's 40? She looks... Oh, hold on. Bro. Okay, let me keep playing. Sorry, hold on.
She has the same anti-aging genes as Ash Ketchum. Helena is not only the most...
Sorry, I was drinking water. It says she does not have the same aging genes as Ash Ketchum. I fucking just snorted my water. I'm sorry. She is 40 years old. Clearly, they didn't take the sex education. I'm telling you. They did not. Ash Ketchum. I know. I was like, wow. The way the model just sent me to Oregon. I was choked on my water. I'm sorry.
most important lady among the nobles, but also Theo's mother. She acts like she cares a lot for Madeline in front of the other girls and tells them how Madeline and Theo used to be like siblings. She talks about how she has raised Madeline as her own daughter, but that is not true. Madeline keeps staring at the vile woman, who is the grandmother of the baby in her womb. It is true that Helena was the one who raised her, but definitely not as a daughter. Madeline was forced to live in the darkest corners of the mansion and had to eat with the maids. Whenever she wanted to see Theo, she had to get permission from Helena, who tried keeping her on leash. Madeline has always harbored hatred and anger towards women, but she doesn't care about the past that much now. She thinks that now the matters of the ducal family have nothing to do with her, and
the way that the model turns it over, she got that black hair. She got black in her family. How she that's what I'm saying, like, she got them jeans. Boots with the fur. I'm just kidding. Now I'm just fucking with you. But no, she got them good jeans. Even she blushing like, oh my god, your skincare. Girl, it's my genetics. GENTICS. How you get that bod? It's a my god. Do you work real hard? Sorry. Thank you, Megan Trainer.
they do deserve the credit for what she has accomplished as a knight. Madeline decides to ignore Helena, who is trying to get the attention of the ladies by acting nice to her in public. She gently holds Helena's hand, thanks her for worrying about her, and says that if time permits, she will pay her a visit soon. Helena says that she will hold her to her promise and then begins walking ahead, taunting Madeline that she had a nice and long chat with the princess, who was curious about Theo. The vile woman tries to make Madeline jealous, but she simply replies that it is a good thing. Helena takes her leave with that, but her strong perfume makes Madeline dizzy, and she somehow stops the truth from showing on her face. Only after the evil woman is gone can she breathe in peace. Madeline thinks about how all noble ladies try to dress up as beautifully as they can, but they don't dare wear eye-catching jewelry because no one is allowed to be more beautiful than Helena. Not only is Helena beautiful, but she is also so clever and cunning that the big bad wolves of the noble society are just puppies in front of her. and everyone is forced to imitate whatever she does to be in her good grace.
Bro, isn't
Helena
that
is
what
heading
real
out to
life
her
too?
carriage when she turns around to look at the palace curiously. The girls with her ask if anything is wrong, and she replies that she just saw something that was not too clear from this distance. It turns out that she noticed her son opening the window of the crown prince's office and letting the documents fly away. Prince Lance asks him to help him gather the documents, and Theo uses his magic power to collect the flying documents and place them in a neat stack. The prince is sick of Theo living like his abilities were something to be used for so commonplace, and then he is shocked when Theo says that Madeline is going to visit him right now. He asks why Madeline is coming here on her day off, and Theo replies that she might be here to see the crown prince, or she might be here for him. Lance is even more taken aback now.
He's such a twink. I'm sorry, Bun, you really got me twisted now. I'm never gonna get that out of my head. He literally looks like a twink, and I can't get it out of my head now. He's like a power bottom. I don't know. I'm so sorry for saying that for anyone who is. That reminds me of I am looking for a guy in. I'm looking for a guy in finance. 6'5", blue eyes. I'm looking for a man in finance. Dude, I know this.
He wonders where
song.
Theo gets this much confidence.
That's literally him. I'm looking for a man in finance. 6'5", blue eyes. It literally is him. It's the secretary. He's the meme. He's the meme. Oh my god.
Is from that suddenly makes the prince realize that ever since 2 weeks ago, Madeline and Theo have been acting strange around each other. Theo has been in an oddly excited state since then, but whenever he sees Madeline, he appears to be very nervous and shy. On the other hand, Madeline has given him the cold shoulder for the past 2 weeks. Theo then says that it seems Madeline is coming to meet the prince because she is in her uniform. He says that he was also planning to meet her anyway before leaving on a business trip.
No.
He then tells the prince that he is going to head out so as not to disturb their meeting. Just then, Madeline knocks on the door, and Theo climbs onto the window because he wants to vanish without a trace. Lance asks him if he really has to go that far, and he cheerfully replies that he doesn't want to see her now. Theo asks Lance to tell him what he talks about with Madeline later.
Yikes. He's not even gonna know she's gonna come up to quit. Because he's like, hey, you know, Madeline's coming up here with her uniform. And this guy's like, oh, that's fine. I'm going to see her later, right? Ooh. Bro, you're not even going to know. Dude, he's happy he slipped and ran her dick into her. But, yikes. He's going to be looking for a man in finance after this. 6'5", blue eyes.
And he vanishes into thin air. Lance goes to the window to see that Theo is walking away peacefully. He thinks that even though Theo is a bit moody and unpredictable, he has contributed greatly to the empire. Also,
he is a bottom. I'm sorry, I keep pausing. I'm reading the comments. He is a bottom. You saw him lean to the side with a twink. Ah. Get that shoujo lean.
Oh no. Oh woo.
so he has the silver hair color that only masters can attain. Lance thinks that he needs the powers of Theo and Madeline to develop his empire. After that, he calls Madeline in while thinking about Theo's obvious affection for her. Lance tries hard to conceal the fact that he has noticed it, but he knows that no one can show Madeline more affection than the silver-haired dude.
Why do they keep saying Madeline is
Milene? And the crown prince asks Madeline what she has come here for. She clearly tells him that she is here to ask for retirement. Lance is shocked and drops his pen on hearing that. He tries laughing it off, saying that he might have heard something wrong, but Madeline tells him that he heard it right. She picks up his pen and repeats that she wants to retire as soon as possible. This is what causes Lance to snap, and he asks her what she is even talking about. He tries reaching for her but slips, and Madeline holds him.
Can I be that one? Can I be him? Is this what it feels like? Is this the real life? Or is the fantasy more than a landslide? The break from reality. I'm just a poor goddess. I need no sympathy. Easy go, little high, little low. I want to be him. It's not fair.
She asks him if he is okay,
God,
but obviously he
doing.
is not. He freaks out once again and asks her what is going on and why she wants to retire so suddenly. Madeline simply says that she wants to rest, and Lance tells her that she can take a long break if she wants.
You know what song that would have been perfect for? That should be me, slip in your head. I don't know. I can't go wrong. I couldn't believe that should be me. I'm not good with words. You know what song I'm thinking of? That should be me.
Well, she says that she wants a retirement and not a break. He tries bribing her with other things, but she remains steadfast. Lance then asks her if it is Theo's fault, and seeing Madeline's expressions, he realizes that he guessed it correctly. Madeline can't tell the Crown Prince the details, not even about her pregnancy. She suddenly says that she may have used the word retirement too lightly. She says that she wants some time, and if the prince ever needs her services, she will come back. Madeline promises that she hasn't betrayed the royal family, but Lance tells her that he knows that she can never do that. Madeline is happy to hear that, and she decides to open up to the prince a bit. She smiles as she tells him that she will have a family. Soon, she is done with the meeting and gets out of the office. She then notices that it is already night and that the days are getting shorter as the rainy season arrives. The rainy season here is quite short but intense, and the Empire deploys all its
so that's not his
wizards to deal with the
secretary.
damage
That's a
the heavy
fucking
rains
brother of
cause.
his.
Madeline
Yikes.
knows that the rainy season
Okay.
is the busiest time for the wizards, so she must leave before it. She cannot do it during the rainy season. And after that, it will be too late because her pregnancy will be clearly visible. She thinks that she must prepare for a lot of things before leaving, and the first is meeting Theo. She suddenly spots him staring at the starry sky and then wonders how things
This
came to this.
dude,
She
you
wonders
don't
if
even
there was
know.
a problem with the alcohol that she drank that night or because of the strange scroll they found. Madeline just smiles and says that it is no use playing the blame game now. 2 weeks ago, a small party was thrown to celebrate their victory against some pirates. Madeline was busy drinking as everyone in the party sang her praises, but then she noticed Theo standing in a corner and staring at her. He signaled for her to come with him and then asked why she was drinking so much
so this
today.
is a flashback,
She replied
okay.
that she was drinking because she was happy.
Aw.
And that irritated Theo because Madeline was already hammered. They started bickering with that, and he soon offered her a glass of cold water he summoned with magic. Madeline thought that he was quite caring but also cold at the same time. Theo then held her hand, saying that he wanted to give her something special. Let me guess, it's a baby. Madeline asked him what he meant, and Theo...
AI, I'm done with you. AI, I'm so done with you. You know, these Facebook ads get me every time, bro. Motherfucking AI, I can't. It said, let me guess, you're gonna give her a baby. Bitch, shut up, AI. Shut up, please. Shut the fuck up.
Theo reminded her
Oh my
that today
gosh.
is her birthday.
And they
Madeline
just
was
got
happy
off.
to hear that, because only Theo cared about her fake birthday. She didn't know the real one, so
This
the
is
day she got
crazy.
into the Duke's palace was counted as her birthday. Well, Theo told her that it was still her birthday, and he took her along to his lab on the top of the
What
magic
the
tower.
fuck? Now you
There, he
gaslighting her
presented
about her
with a box
birthday.
full of scrolls, which was the usual gift he gave her on her birthdays. Madeline laughed and told Theo that he had strange gift-giving habits. He was not pleased by that comment and then
Okay.
began explaining the function of the scrolls.
Okay.
The first one could erase the traces of a person, and no
Okay.
one in a 20-kilometer radius would be able to detect them using magic or other means.
Okay.
Another scroll could teleport
Oh,
her
I need-
anywhere within 100 kilometers instantly. There
Okay.
was also an expensive healing scroll. Madeline was suspicious.
Wait. Look at these little figures.
Kilometers instantly.
Look at this.
There was also
How do you go to the most detailed character that you have this? That author was lazy as fuck. Sorry, artist, he said. We need a backup scene. Hold on. Bro, they did not give a fuck in this scene. Look at the
an
next scene.
expensive
It's-
healing scroll.
They did
Madeline
not
was
care.
suspicious that Theo may have stolen these precious scrolls from the Imperial treasury, but he told her that they were all handmade by him. Madeline then looked at the last scroll and asked if she could use it to contact him, and he affirmed. His radiant beauty as he smiled somehow pissed off Madeline. Suddenly, Theo placed his hand on her face and told her to call him anytime she needed help, and he would come to her even if she was on the other side of the continent. Madeline was taken aback by this gesture, and she hid her face, asking Theo if there was a mosquito that he was trying to hit. He called her a dummy, which are my exact words.
She Frank zoned the fuck out of him. He said, only for you. And then she said, oh, the fuck's on my face? You see a bug? That's wild, dude. What is the line on her head? Bro. I'm telling you, this don't make sense.
He He began lashing at her some more, saying that she is an idiot who can only think about wars and swords and has not even appreciated the scrolls that took him 5 years to make. He kept ranting, and Madeline didn't want to hear that, so she picked...
would. Are you talking about this line, Bun Bun? What did you smack me? Sorry, there was a button. Me trying to leave work early while the manager's trying to take care of my shit. Oh my god. Can you imagine? Me trying to leave work early without no one noticing? That's me. Oh my god, what the fuck is this? My god, bro, this is so stupid.
Picked up her box of scrolls and began walking away. Suddenly, she spotted a glistening red scroll on his table that piqued her curiosity. She picked up the scroll, which had a cryptic poem written on it. It talked about how there are some feelings that can make the body act up. The scroll was made by someone called Derek, who claimed to be a genius. He had apparently given the scroll to someone he called the Master and asked them to trust him and rip it open. Madeline was confused upon reading that and recalled that Derek was an exceptional mage. Theo suddenly spotted her with the scroll, and he lunged towards her, trying to get it out of her hands, but she was much faster. He looked nervous and asked Madeline to give the scroll back since it was dangerous.
Why he got a triangle on his neck?
Madeline didn't believe him and tried playing with him. She asked him to snatch the scroll from her, but Theo didn't react. She asked him what was so dangerous about this scroll anyway, and he told her that the scroll lets people find out if they are in love or not. Madeline was confused, so Theo elaborated further. He said that if you rip the scroll around someone you have feelings for, something big will happen. He said that it would create an insatiable lust in the heart of the person, and he would try to kiss and touch the one they love. He kept teasing her, saying that maybe after opening it, one wouldn't be satisfied just by kissing and touching. Madeline was flustered and felt weird upon hearing that. She told Theo to stop joking about such a thing. She put the scroll down and poured herself a drink while Theo told her that he just gave her an honest explanation. She got more flustered with each growing moment.
Why he got a triangle on his
Theo asked her
neck?
if she had some naughty thoughts when he was giving her the explanation. She told him that she did not, and then the scroll fell down. Theo picked it up and said that it works only when the two people opening it have mutual feelings for each other. Otherwise, it is just a useless piece of paper. He began unrolling the scroll, telling Madeline that if she doesn't have any feelings for him, she won't mind it even if he tears open the scroll. He also said that he was looking for someone to try this scroll on, and there can be no one better than the monster-like Knight Commander who can easily defend herself against it. Madeline was irritated because, ever since they were little, Theo had always played pranks on her. She decides not to fall for his clever words again and tells him that she is not interested in taking part in his experiment.
She got a similar hairstyle like me.
Theo suddenly asked her if she liked...
Hold on, she got a similar hairstyle to me, chat. Hold on, let me show you them. Hold on. You want to see something? Hold on. You want to see something? Hold on. She like me for real, for real. See?
By any chance. That is why she might be afraid that something might happen between them and create a scandal. Madeline was furious on hearing this, and in a fit of rage, she snatched the scroll from Theo and ripped it open to prove the scroll.
Thank you for the raid, Maxstar. Hello. Thank you so much for the raid. Hope you're having a great time. Hi, Matcha. Hi, Max. How are you? Hello. How was stream? Welcome, Raiders. Yeah, welcome, Raiders. Hold on, give me a second. Theo wants to put that thing again. I'm telling you. He wants to put that thing where he don't, where he jank. I'm sorry. I can't. Thank you for shouting them out. Addict, thank you. It was okay. Oh, how was Fire Emblem? Oh, actually, I always want to play that. I haven't played it still. I need to. It's my job. Well, thank you for doing your job. I appreciate you. But yes, Raiders, hello. My name is Miss MatchaBlossom. I am a blossom demigoddess that's obsessed with tea and loves to serve it. And on a journey for a lost soul and a vengeance. But today we're doing Monday Manhwa, and then we're going to play some Sims later. But yeah, join us as we make fun of AI together. Basically, is what's happening. Manhwa Monday? Yeah, exactly. Monday, Manhwa Monday. Kind of like in that So yeah, this one's interesting.
Scroll
But
dissipated
yeah, feel
into
free to
magic,
relax
and
here.
Madeline
It was
instantly
fun.
regretted
Rage
letting
quit at
her
the end.
emotions
Bro, I
get the
feel
better
that.
of her. However, she thought that nothing
Bro, I feel that because I've rage quit so many times and I have people try to like persuade me to keep going. I'm like, no. So it's understandable. Everybody's little breaks sometimes, you know what I mean? Everybody needs a break. So it's okay. I'm only having this model on right now is because I have a similar hairstyle to her. We're twinning. We're twinning. We both got like layers and it's like cute.
Nothing was happening even after tearing the scroll, so she asked Theo if he was satisfied. Suddenly, she noticed that he looked like he was shining brightly and closed her eyes. Theo suddenly approached her and asked her with great care if her eyes were hurting. The moment he touched her, Madeline felt a current run through her body. She pulled her hand back, but then she recalled what Theo had told her about the effects of the scroll earlier. She was losing control over her senses and wanted to kiss him.
No, this is not an anime recap. This is Manhwa Monday. We do this every Monday where we watch a manhwa and we learn about it. We see if it's a manhwa we want to read more about. And then from there, we find out the title after it's done. And then that way you guys can read it on your own if you like. We do this every Monday. I have to go for now, but I will be back later if you are still streaming. Thank you so much, Addict. Thanks for being here. And yeah, feel free to lurk if you need to. And thanks for being here.
And go beyond that. She tried running away, but Theo chased after her, constantly calling her name. As he grabbed her hand, Madeline felt weird again. But she endured that feeling and got away from him. Theo tried telling her something else about the scroll, but she told him to shut up and got on her horse. She tried getting away from him but could not bring herself to do so. Eventually, Madeline returned to Theo and grabbed his collar, asking him to immediately reverse the effects of the scroll. He told her that it was impossible, but before he could even complete the sentence, Madeline suddenly kissed him. Anyone with a couple of functioning brain cells can figure out what happened next.
I'm just saying, it's like what I told Bun Bun. You out here making men think men twinks matcha. What do you mean I'm not making men twink? They're the guy in the story's a twink. I don't know what you're talking about. Listen. Didn't I say she took control of this relationship? She literally is what's happening right now. This is literally how she got pregnant.
Back to the present, Madeline is still sighing about that night and calling herself trash for having a baby with her best friend, who was more like her brother. Suddenly, Theo notices her and Madeline waves to him. She goes to meet him in the garden, and Theo remarks that she has been avoiding him really well for the last 2 weeks. Madeline is dumbfounded to hear that, because it was clearly the other way around in her memories. After that night of passion, Madeline apologized to Theo, saying that she did a bad thing to him and promising that it would never happen again.
What is with these doodles?
He just got angry and yelled at her to get out. Later, they met in the Imperial Gardens, and Theo started talking about his family's plans for his marriage. Madeline congratulated him and promised to take what happened between them that night to her grave, which turned out to be another critical mistake. Theo turned explosive on hearing that, quite literally.
Look at her. Look, she ran. She said, fuck this shit. I'm not dealing with this. Oh my god.
And Madeline had to run away. Now, she is certain that she was not the one avoiding him. Suddenly, Theo tells her that after the war got over, he could not see her as much as before, so he was thinking about starting another war. My man, you need a therapist. Well, he quickly covers it up by saying that
So it's like principal. Bro, you're gonna have to watch the VOD. I don't know what to tell you, bro. I'll let someone in the chat explain it to you, but right now it's a lot. Oh my god. So basically they had sex and they didn't mean to, and I guess she was trying to reconciliate because she wasn't trying to be too personal about it. They got under a lust spell by accident, and she's trying to be cool about it, and he's angry, bro. I've been down that road with a guy. Oh my god, that shit was wild, but wow.
That it was a joke, adding that if he really wanted to start a war, he would have done it. Madeline thinks that he is an evil wizard.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at AI. It said, this man needs a therapist. Fucking tell the rest of the world that too.
Ignore everything and come to the point. She tells Theo that
You're
the fateful
good,
night
Max.
was
you're
her
totally
first
fine.
time,
I hope
so
you have
she
a
had
good
no idea how
rest
to
of
do
your
things and
day
might
if
have
you want
been
to chill
really
here.
rough
Because
on
I know
her.
it could be a lot.
She knows that he could not leave the
If you guys have to raid and run, by the way, from the raid, feel free to. I totally get it. You should give them a TLDR of the story. What do you mean? It says it in the thing. I kind of say it in the beginning, but I can't really do it in between stream because this is going on the VOD on YouTube, by the way, later. So definitely watch the VOD or just stay a little bit soon till the end because we normally are patient towards that.
The bed for an entire day after that, and she blames her immense stamina for that. Theo freaks out on hearing that and tells her to stop. He asks her to tell him again he couldn't get out of bed because they were tired, and Madeline simply points at him. Theo sighs, telling her that it was not like he couldn't leave the bed, he did it on purpose. He asks Madeline if she thinks he earned the rank of Archmage for nothing. He pulls his hair back, saying that magic scrolls don't easily affect him. Madeline finds it hard to believe because both of them were really passionate about each other that night. Theo tries telling her that he was acting completely out of his own feelings but doesn't get the chance. Anyway, Madeline says that she is glad that he was not tired. She curses the scroll that turned their friendship into lust.
Oh, God.
And Theo's anger explodes, burning the Imperial Garden. He calls Madeline a fool and then tells her that he is going to be away for 2 weeks to repair the magic barriers. He tells her that he will explain everything to her when he gets back, so they can talk then. He tells Madeline to wait for him, and then he starts walking away. Madeline suddenly asks him if he still dislikes children, and he asks her why she is asking that. Madeline says that since he is going to marry soon, does he plan to have children too? Theo coldly tells her that he still hates them and won't come to like them in the future either. Madeline is heartbroken upon hearing this, and that is enough reason for her to leave this prick.
Wow. Okay, Max, I'll give you a rundown real quick, okay? So just because Attic told me. Basically, the story literally starts out as her finding out she's pregnant. She accidentally got pregnated by her best friend. She's like, oh, I see him as a brother. I'm like, yikes. Then how the fuck did you just slip and get pregnant? Then they just showed us a flashback of how they got pregnant, which was during that like whole little debacle. Like after the party, they found this scroll and made them, if two people have the same affections toward each other, even if it's like friendship or whatever, it turns it into immediate lust. So she was thinking they're just supposed to be friends, but obviously you could tell he's really in love with her, but he doesn't want to tell her until 2 weeks later. So that's why she's saying right now, like, well, how do you feel about kids still? And he's like, I hate them. And I'm like, this bitch don't even know he a daddy before he gets married to a princess. Because she just works as a soldier that's under him, like a royal soldier that protects, like a royal knight, basically. So she's resigning because she's going to be pregnant soon and showing. So she's resigning right now. But yeah.
With that, Theo takes his leave. And
she doesn't want to tell the rest of the family, by the way, if you guys are wondering, because she doesn't want to fucking deal with the illegitimacy, like the drama, the whole fucking telenovela. Like, I don't blame them. I don't blame them. No. So now that's why she's like going around the castle and stuff. So if that helps you catch up, that's what we found out so far.
She realizes that she was right, and Theo should never find out about their child.
But damn,
however,
she's so hot.
as Theo walks away,
Right
he
now.
thinks that Madeline is dense, and he finds even that side of her cute. He has been hiding a small box that most likely contains a ring in his hand. He begins by describing how she is a brave and honest woman who doesn't know any tricks. Her body is full of scars that talk about her time on the battlefield. Theo recalls how the stupid nobles often mocked Madeline, calling her too rough to be a woman. But she stood proud of her accomplishments. Theo thinks that because Madeline is a bit slow on the uptake, her heart will never be scarred like her body, and he is happy with that. However, he is curious about why she brought up the topic of children with him so suddenly, and thinks that it might be because of someone he doesn't like.
Ooh.
He remembers the morning after he had some action with Madeline. As soon as Theo went to his living room after waking up, he found a guest there. The girl remarked that she finished an entire book waiting for him. But Theo didn't even seem to recognize her. He pulled out his glasses and saw her face carefully, remembering that she was the third Princess Ains, whom he met at the party earlier. Ains told Theo that she saw Madeline leaving his room earlier, so she was sure that if she waited a bit longer, he would also come out. She asked him to guess why she was waiting for him, and Theo thought that it was to mentally torture him. Well, he didn't give an answer. And then the princess told him that she was here to ask for his hand in marriage. She told him to go ahead and accept her proposal because, obviously, he couldn't find someone better than her. However,
wow, that bitch is bold. She said, you obviously can't find someone better than me, so absorb my moisture, bitch. I am your serotonin, I'm your sun, your vitamin D, E, and all the above. Wow. fuck it. That's ballsy, bro. If a girl came up to me and did that, I'd be like, I'd respect you even if I wasn't attracted to you. I'd be like, you know, I respect you, but I don't know about that, honey. That's crazy.
Furious because she ruined his perfectly good mood with that. He told Ains that he couldn't accept her proposal, and for her honor as a princess, they should both act as if this conversation never took place. Ains was furious and lashed out at him, asking if he was rejecting her because of Madeline. She revealed that she clearly saw Madeline leaving his room, and it couldn't be just any meeting. Ains told Theo that she won't hold his past flings against him, and she doesn't care about his history. In response, Theo simply took off his glasses and asked her, who the hell is she to tell him anything at all? Ains reminded him that he saved her during the last war, and they met yesterday too, but Theo failed to find any relevance in that. She told him that marrying her was not a bad deal for him, and Theo clearly told her that he didn't want to drag this conversation any longer. He began walking away, and Ains yelled at him, asking if he was not even curious as to why she was proposing this marriage to him. Theo was really not curious, and the only thing he wanted to ask the princess was if Madeline also saw her earlier. That rubbed Ains the wrong way, and she asked Theo if that is all he wants to know. He affirmed, blushing as he said that Madeline is the only one in the entire world he is curious about.
I mean,
Ains
that's kind
told
of
him
cute.
that if he is so curious, he should ask Madeline himself, and then quickly excused herself. Later, when Madeline sent him a sorry note, Theo was so furious that he forgot to ask her about the princess. His ego was so wounded that Madeline apologized to him after spending the night with him, but he knew that it was not going to be easy for her to accept it. After all, it took him 7 years
So
to
we
realize.
still on the incest Winsett? Bro, let me tell you, I just told Max what happened, so I'll keep it really brief. Basically, she's like, we only see each other as siblings, but then like, she kind of, yo, you missed it earlier. So okay, this is how he slipped the banana dick inside of her, basically. They were hanging out after a party after they won against some pirates, right? She was like, oh, you know, I had some drinks and she was hammered. He didn't like that, obviously. You could tell he's in love with her. But I'm like, okay. So they go off to somewhere. He's like, I want to give you some scrolls. You know, if you ever need me for anything, here's like some scrolls. She's like, oh my God, really? Well, okay, I guess so. And he's like, oh. You could tell he's more in love with her than she's just oblivious. She don't give a fuck. And then I guess she found this one scroll from like a really well-known kind of like magician named Derek. These basic ass names, I'm sorry. So it's nothing wrong with basic names. It's just like so random how they be saying it. So they found this scroll together, and the scroll said if two people who have the same attraction to each other, whether it's like friendship or love or both, have something for each other, if you open this scroll together, it becomes immediate lust. So basically it's a love spell that makes them go fucking horny. So they open it because the guy tries to be ballsy. She's like, okay, maybe we shouldn't open it. He goes, well, if you're so sure that we don't like each other that way, it shouldn't bother us, right? You're like a totally cool warrior. And he's like unrolling the scroll, and I'm like, this bitch knew what he was doing. I cannot. And so then when she tries to run off, and she can't because she's spellbound, and he's like, what? Wait, don't leave me. And then that's how they kind of just did the boom boom, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, wow. So she tried to like say goodbye to him just recently now. Like, she's trying to reconcile. So mega force is what you're saying? Basically. I was like, kind of forced. But more like, she kind of like was spellbound too, but basically he became a power bottom in the sexual relationship. It was this is a weird time, okay? This is a really weird time for me, alright? I'm scared too, okay? I'm really scared. I mean, plot twist. Like, bro, she went over, she grabbed him by the shirt, and she was like, come here, give me them kisses. And like, she's like, I'm so embarrassed. And then she met him in the garden just now. Because, you know, this is after she talked to the 6'5", finance, blue eyes, like, guy. Which was the other prince you just saw that he was speaking to, right? She just told him she wanted to retire. So she's speaking to the guy who's the actual father, right? The guy with the one I call the twink, basically. The gray hair guy. She was just speaking to him. And essentially, basically, it's kind of sad. Because he was like, you know... Because I guess before, like, she tried to be friendly to him. And he tried to, like, make her jealous. It didn't really work. She's like, oh, I guess, you know, you'll be the princess, so whatever. Because she's trying not to tell him about her pregnancy, basically, right? So Because she's like, whatever, bro. This is my mistake. I'm going to own up to it. I want a family. Because she's an orphan. She wants her own family. She never had a family. So, and she's like, oh, well, do you still not like kids? He's like, no, I actually still hate kids. I was like, okay. And she's like, well, what about your marriage to the princess? He's like, well, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. And she's like, and so she couldn't tell him about her being pregnant because, like, why would that help? You know what I mean? I'm like, yikes, bro. Yikes. Man, talk about an awkward conversation to bring up to your parents. So I got this scroll from my horny mage. Made us fuck our brains out. Now I'm preggo. Surprise! Surprise! I got horny from a preggo scroll. Because somebody thought of being creative. I'm dead. I bet he's probably lying. Bro, you know he is. You know he is, bro. He literally kept blowing up things when she would say something to him and he was like upset by her reaction. He fucking blew shit up because he's an archmage. God, I'd hate him to see, like, if they have a daughter, you know what I mean? That's wild. That's, you know, she took care of him in bed. She was the dominant in bed, which is not bad. It's just like, let me just show you the face that, like, I don't think you understand, Artie. Hold on, let me go back. Just for you, bro. So this is when they were talking in the garden and shit, right? And he's like, oh, well, do you still hate kids? And then she made that face. I was like, oh, that's so sad. And he's like, yeah, I still hate kids. And he's like, okay. And she's like, I won't tell him. Basically, right? Oh, my God. But no, like, hold on. Let me go back. Dude, every time she was like, he's like, oh, well, what about the prince? Like, you know, what about the princess? And he's like, oh, well, I guess I'm marrying her. She goes, reconciliation. He goes, burn shit up. And she's like, oh, I'm leaving. I'm leaving. So, and I guess he never took her seriously, though. Like, you know what I mean? So now she's, like, trying to find her own way. Wait, hold on, let's go back. So when she said, I'm sorry, after having sex with him, she sent him a letter, and he got mad about it. I'm like, what do you want her to do? Where are these scrolls in my life? So I don't have to play this, I like you, but I need you to like me more before I'll be okay with doing something, and then give you a hint that I like you, but I hear it from a friend, so you don't deliver. What is that long paragraph of,
I don't know if I like you or if you like me. I don't understand. Oh my God. But I don't want to hear it from a friend. I want to hear it from you. You. Specifically, you.
What the flawed, bro?
It took him 7 years to realize that he had fallen.
You know exactly what I'm saying about. That scroll is not in our world because it would have been in One Piece, it would have been in Fairy Tail, it would have been in so many other worlds that we need to go to. I'm sorry. Sometimes a man just wants a woman to walk up and grab him. What? I'm not what? Saying. What? I'm gonna read this because you said it. Sometimes a man just wants a woman to walk up and grab him by the dick and say, you, me, now. To which we will reply, shit, don't gotta tell me twice. I'm dead. I've actually had to do that, and they still don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Oh my God. You know, not the intervention. Everybody's like, he got a point, brother. God, what is this? Oh, is this the real life? Is it just fantasy? More than a landslide, fate or reality? Okay, let me stop.
Love with the absolute troublemaker of a woman. And then the war came, so he had to waste another 7 years without
her name's
confessing his
Kalia, not
feelings to her.
Madeline.
Thanks
Okay.
to their efforts, the war ended in just 7 years, and then he was once again left clueless. Back to the present, Theo goes to Lance's office, where he is having...
So this is Lance. Yo, I'm laughing because Ever since Addict pointed out, you guys remember that meme where it's like, I'm looking for a guy and fine ass, 6'5", blue eyes, real tall. Like, I keep thinking about this guy now, and I'm like, because he's a prince, but he also handles the finances for the other prince. I'm looking for a guy and fine ass, 6'5", blue eyes. I can't. I think it's let me see. Let me read what she said already. I think it's crazy. I'm gonna read right. I think the crazier thing is that when girls God fuck damn. All right. When girls say that sometimes I just want a guy to grab me by the throat and say, look, like you need to stop lying. Insert why you always lying at me. Why you always lying? Bro, I don't know, man. I don't want no one to grab me by the neck, alright? I got an ugly, chunky neck. I mean, it's not ugly, but like, I am very sensitive, and I don't want people to think I get abused at home, alright? I'm just gonna be real. I don't need anyone to grab me by my neck or my hair. I work too hard on my hair. Don't fuck it up. I'll fuck up your dick if you fuck up my hair, bro. We're gonna be boxing dukes, alright? You know what I'm saying? Don't be fucking up my hair. I work too hard to condition this shit for you to be tugging on it like it's a rope from Home Depot or some shit. Go buy yourself some more rope. I don't know. That's why there's chokers, bitch. Right? Grab on the choker. Don't grab on my neck or my hair, okay? Something about grabbing her by the throat raises red flags for me. Girl said she has squishmallow neck. Listen, leave my little squishmallow neck alone. She's sensitive. You did not just say that. I've got a jello neck, please. Oh my god.
A drink. Theo asks him if something happened and if he had an unpleasant discussion with Madeline. Well, Lance tells him that he has trouble with another nation. He has received a marriage proposal from the kingdom of Nathan, who want the seat of the future empress in exchange for their support in war. Lance expected that to happen, but he is still upset by it. Theo simply tells him to refuse the marriage proposal if he doesn't want it and leaves the justification to him. He even promises the prince that he can get rid of Nathan for good, and Lance begins laughing. He then thanks Theo for his sentiment and says that he will still have to deal with this situation himself. Lance begins walking away, but then Theo suddenly asks him what he discussed with Madeline. Lance was hoping that he had forgotten. He replies that they had a discussion about a military personnel issue. The Crown Prince knows that he must deal with Theo carefully because his normally cheerful personality flips around when Madeline is involved. He even fears for his own death at the hands of the crazy wizard. And that is why he is determined that Theo doesn't find out about Madeline's retirement.
Oh, wow. He's trying to hide it from him. He's like, I don't want to tell him, but I have to tell him. Oh, wait, hold on, chat. Give me a sec. There we go. Sorry, I had to fix that. I didn't know that was blue in the background the whole entire time. Think about it. Like, I got handcuffs, but just phone. I can't. Y'all are killing me. They also squeak. Like, can you imagine if someone tried to grab my neck and he just turned into a squishmallow and I'm like, stop, I bruise easily. Now it's like a bottle. Can't. I bruise like banana milk.
Lance tells him that if he is so curious about Madeline's every move, he should use magic to turn her small and carry her everywhere with him. Theo likes the idea, and he starts blushing as he imagines a Chibai Madeline. He then tells the prince that it is fine if they don't discuss anything important, and he then takes his leave because he has something to do too. Lance wants to stop him from going on the business trip in 2 days because he feels that Madeline will need him. However, he cannot bring himself to say that and just wishes him the best of luck. The next morning, Madeline is in her home, and a knight is bowing fervently before her, asking her to reconsider her decision. The knight named Brick is the deputy vice commander of the knights, and Madeline wants him to be her successor. However, he doesn't feel capable enough of that. Madeline doesn't have time for this, and she tells Brick to get up. He keeps prostrating himself, saying that if Madeline retires, the entire country will be thrown into confusion. She tells him that he is overreacting, but he overreacts some more on hearing that. acting like a toddler whose iPad got snatched from her.
They also
Rick then
get
asks
squeezed.
Madeline to at least tell him the reason she is
Be like,
retired, and she tells
My
him that
throat.
it is personal. Rick says that he cannot believe such excuses, but Madeline crushes the sofa's armrest in anger, and
What-
he falls
what?
silent
What did you just
immediately.
say?
Madeline finally manages to convince him to be the acting
Instead of
commander-in-chief
just, like,
until
look
she
out.
returns, and
Y'all
he
like
leaves
each other,
dejectedly,
just fucking
just
get-
as he is about to exit. Madeline tells
I'm
Rick that if he
saying-
tells anyone about their discussion, his head is just going to be like the sofa's handle. He
Ooh.
leaves with that, and then Madeline springs to her feet because she has only a week before Theo returns, and she must move away in that time. And she is also awaiting a reply from someone who is going to help her. A few hours after that, Madeline is trying
What
on
is
a dress,
this?
but she has no idea how to wear normal girls' clothes. She is trying to close the zipper behind her back when suddenly Brittany comes in to inform her that the carriage has been prepared in secret as per her orders. Brittany is smitten to see Madeline in a dress and begins dancing around her.
Bark, 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 oh, bark, bark, bark. Oh my god, it's Lady Demetrice. If she was human, bark, bark, bark. Bark, bark, bark. Awooka, awooka.
Not the spray. Don't spray me.
Oh my god. Oh, and she got the glasses. Bark, 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 bark. Oh my god. Tell me that doesn't look like Lady Demetrice if she was turned into a human. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm just saying. Mommy sorry. Mommy sorry. See, now y'all seeing it. See, I'm not crazy. I'm just artistically challenged, mofos. That's all it is. I'm artistically visionary. God, I need help. God. But don't have the I'ma fuck you eyes. I'm dead. Artie. I'm dead.
Her while praising
Oh
her.
my God.
Madeline is a bit embarrassed and then wonders how girls
Oh my
wear this
gosh.
kind of complex and uncomfortable dress every day.
She's literally a
she
mommy
then gives
attire.
Brittany the good old head pat and thanks her for her help in preparing the
Tell
dress
me I'm
quickly.
wrong.
Brittany
You're
is
not
happy to
wrong.
receive
You
praise
are
from
not
her,
wrong.
And Madeline thinks that she is a really good kid. She lost her entire family to the plague, but she still manages to stay cheerful after all that, which is why Madeline hopes that Brittany finds a good master after she leaves. She then tells Brittany to keep everything that happened today a secret even if the Emperor asks her, and the girl readily accepts this order. After that, she asks Madeline if she is going to take her along on the trip, and Madeline affirms, saying that she would need her help. Soon, Madeline's journey starts, and her
Okay.
carriage passes
I was
through
like,
the
don't
area
leave her
where she
behind.
used to live before. She asks Brittany to stop the carriage for a while, and then steps outside. The memories of the day she saved Theo are still crystal clear to her, but Madeline can't remember much before that. Now, she is horrified by her past and wonders how she even managed to survive in a place like this. Soon after that, they reach a pub where they are supposed to meet with someone. That guy is not here yet, and Brittany is not happy that he is making her lady wait. Suddenly, a kid sitting next to them remarks that Madeline's hat looks expensive, but then he flinches and busies himself, drawing on paper. Madeline thinks the boy is cute, and that makes her wonder if her child will also be cute like him. Soon, the owner of the pub comes there and apologizes to Madeline for her son's quirky remarks. She says that he has not been listening to her these days, but Madeline doesn't mind. She then orders 2 fruit smoothies and a cake for both of them. Brittany enjoys the treat and then asks
man, that
Madeline
looks
who
so
she is meeting
delicious.
here. Madeline
I want a
finds it hard to
smoothie.
explain things
What
to
kind of
her,
smoothies
but
do
then
you
she
guys like?
notices
Do
the
you like
boy
smoothies,
staring at
Chad?
the desserts on their table. She offers him one, but he says that his mom will scold him if he bothers the guests. Madeline changes her tactic and tells the boy that she is an art collector and that she sees promise in him. That is why she asks him to draw something for her in exchange for the lemon cake he wants. The boy jumps on that opportunity and immediately creates a crayon painting of Madeline. She is happy to see it, and she gives the boy the lemon cake. While the boy is eating the cake, suddenly,
Hot
they
take,
hear
I
the
think
sound of a
smoothies are
customer trying to
overrated.
kick up a fuss, and
No, he
Madeline
didn't.
enters business
Now
mode.
you're saying
The
cake's
knight is harassing
overrated.
the
Excuse me. You said strawberry and banana. No, you didn't. Okay, but what do you like if you don't like smoothies, sir? Sir, what do you like if it's not smoothies? Do you like milkshakes?
His milkshake brings all the bitches to the yard. He like My big banana stars.
The owner of the store, telling her to give him alcohol even as she tells him that she doesn't serve it here. She threatens to call the guards if he keeps on misbehaving, but the man grabs her hand and asks if she even knows who she is talking to. The boy is terrified and scared as he sees someone misbehaving with his mom. The man tells the woman that she can try calling the guards, but they won't come before this place has been completely thrashed. Just then, a customer comes there asking what is going on. He tells the jerks to stop misbehaving, and they just kick him down for talking back to them, much to the terror
Not
of
sure
the
go
boy.
make a
They
pregnant
declare
night
that
whip
they
your
are
ass.
first-rate mercenaries, and everyone fears them in the city. They tell the owner to bring them alcohol if she doesn't want her store to be torn apart. He is about to punch her when Madeline suddenly
not the
grabs his
pregnant.
arm.
Oh,
The
mommy,
mercenaries
let's
ask her where
go.
she came from and begin insulting her, asking if she does not know how scary they can be just because she is from a rich family.
Okay, let me see. Hold on. Listen, they are okay, and I'll drink them. But I've had this one friend who, swear to God, would suck banana for the strawberry. I can't. They would suck a peanut for a strawberry. I mean, I guess they really love strawberry smoothies. I mean, I wouldn't do that, but I guess if a bitch gotta get down, somebody wants to get down for it. I don't know what to say to that. I don't know
In
what
response,
to say.
Madeline simply picks up a fork and stabs the mercenary leader's hand with it. He screams in pain and commands his men to kill her. Everyone charges at her, but Madeline sees them in slow motion. She thinks that she needs to strengthen the security around this area and station more guards here. With that, she takes out her foldable fan and begins smacking the mercenaries like she is an Asian mom and they are her misbehaving kids.
Not
Soon,
the AI.
mercenaries collapse,
That's rude.
but
That's
Madeline
racist.
still keeps hitting them.
Why would it be
telling
an
them that
Asian
if they
mom? I
choose
can't even be a
violence,
mom.
they should be ready to face it too. The leader of the mercenaries threatens to call the knights on her, but Madeline coldly asks him if the knights will be able to reach here before she can kill him. She tells him to just run away, and the man rushes away from her. However, Madeline isn't planning to let him go so easily. She picks up an empty alcohol bottle that he had brought along with him and throws it at his head. The man faints because of the attack, and Madeline tells him to be grateful that she has a child in her womb. Otherwise, she would really bloody him up. After that, the redhead boy runs to his mom and asks her if she is fine. He starts crying as he hugs her, and she tries comforting
To
him.
be for
This sight
real,
makes
it's
Madeline
not
even
wrong.
more angry.
I'm
and
just
she
saying
ponders
it's
if she should
racist.
really kill the jerks. However, Brittany stops her, and she decides not to do anything
I've been
rash.
told my
The
Asian
shop owner
friends,
comes to thank
it's
Madeline,
not wrong.
who
Wait,
apologizes for
hold
making
on,
a mess
hold
of her.
Let me read what you said on it. I'm just over here like, well, she's out back taking care of business while I get my vanilla. I can't with y'all.
My milkshake brings the boys to the yard. Okay. They're like, it
Shot
comes
in
with
the
a charge.
process. She tells him that it is the fault of the
Oh,
mercenaries, and she will request the knights for a restraining order against them. She says that, more importantly, she is worried about the doctor who tried helping her earlier, but got knocked out. She says that he had a meeting with someone, and Madeline realizes that he might be the one she is looking for. She asks the lady the name of the doctor, and she says that he is Alan Macecker. Soon after that, they place the doctor on a couch, and then Madeline picks up the drawing made by the boy, saying that she will be buying this. The boy is happy, and then Madeline asks him his name. He replies that he is called Clark, and Madeline tells him that if he wants to protect someone dear to him, he either has to be very brave, very smart, or very strong. She tells him that she doesn't know how to make anyone smart, but she can make him strong enough to not be beaten by bullies. She asks him if he will like to learn, and the boy agrees. Madeline directs him to head to Taxgate's Night Academy, and then tell the people there that she sent him. Clark's mother is curious about Madeline's identity now.
Okay, hold on. Let me read what y'all said. Then again, I grew up with a southern white mom that don't play either. Yeah, my mom would just beat, my dad would just beat us whatever he could find. What are you talking about? Like, it didn't even matter if it was a switch, a fan. Sometimes he used his hand. Like, fuck. It comes with a charge. Like, he's like, I'll slop your wapalog. I know you're fine, Artie.
Because most people can't
laughing.
even get into the Night Academy. Clark approaches her for permission to go to the academy, and she decides to send him there because he wants to.
Aww.
Madeline warns the mother and son that if Clark doesn't work hard in the academy, they will make him leave immediately. Suddenly, the woman hugs her, saying that they are really grateful to her. Madeline is embarrassed now,
Reminds me of
and
my
then
mom.
the lady
Beep, beep.
asks for her name so that they can properly send their thanks through a letter later. Madeline tells her that there is no need for that because the rest depends on her son's hard work. With that, Madeline gets on the carriage and Clark wishes her goodbye. Soon, they reach her mansion, where Dr. Allen has returned to his senses. He asks Madeline if she has finished her preparations, and she tells him that she is almost done. She replies that she is almost done, and she has to only move a suitcase.
Why is she wearing a waist belt
Allen
if you're
quickly
pregnant?
takes the suitcase away from her hand, telling her that she is not allowed to carry anything heavy. He lectures her about being more careful because she is still in the early stages of her pregnancy.
He's kind of adorable. It comes with a child, I'm telling you. It reminds me of my mom beat me with a guitar. I don't even want to know how she did that, but that's wild. You got beat by a guitar. I don't know, man. My mom was like, beat you with the breadboard or I'm gonna grab you. Yo, I remember my dad was like, it was to a point like where I would get butt beatings like if our family. I tried to do the whole layering the panties thing. Got found out. Got hurt even more. My dad did try to switch, but not on my ass. He probably done my little brother, but not me. Not I. I tried to be real creative not to get my ass whipped. You see what I'm saying? Mine would just be by association because I'm a sibling, so that would fucking suck. My mom would beat you with a breadboard or go grab your stick tight. Bruh, see, it's crazy. I never got hit by a guitar though. That's wild. I want to know that story.
And now she gets to witness it firsthand too. He was actually the cousin of Madeline's regular doctor. Her regular doctor could not accompany Madeline because she had to look after her family, so she recommended her cousin to him. She claimed that he was a serial nagger but a trustworthy person. She revealed that Alan's wife had died 6 years ago during childbirth, so he studied a lot about childbirth and pregnancy. Back to the
that's why
present,
he's a
Alan is
nagger.
moving Madeline's luggage.
That's so sad. He's a widower. That's sad. So that's why, okay, so her normal doctor recommended him because, not just because he's a doctor, but because when he lost his wife and child, he started studying and learning about, that's fucking wild, bro. I don't know, I talked my way out of it. It would just make things worse because my dad got pissed. I could watch my bro, my dad would do the most of the butt beating. My mom, she would manipulate you mentally where you would want to get an ass whooping. I wish I was joking. I am not. I would be like, you know what? I just hit me, please. Let me physically get this out. Like, I wish I was joking. I'd be like, physically hurt me. I beg of you. Because you just didn't know when it was coming. It was just like, please just hit me already. Damn.
For her, she tells him that she can carry the lighter ones, but he doesn't allow her, saying that now that she is a mother, she should always practice caution. Madeline is happy to hear that, but she asks Alan why he is treating her like she is terminally ill. He replies that it is because pregnant women are as vulnerable as newborn babies, and he gently leads her downstairs. They go outside, where Brittany is waiting for them with a carriage. Madeline tells her that if she stays in the capital, she can find a much better master. But Brittany replies that Madeline is the only master she will serve. Madeline tells her that she is going to the boring country.
That's wild. Of all the shit I've said tonight, the one that gets unwanted. I don't even know what to say to that, Artie. Artie, no, please tell me you're joking. Oh my god. Not you tell your mom. I'm sorry I shouldn't laugh. But fuck. Okay, the reason why I'm laughing is because I visually thought of a moment. She's like, wait. This is what I'm visually thinking. Like, oh, you think you can get out of this? But can you really? Did you really think I wouldn't understand you in this room? And he'd be like, shut up, you whore! Get over here! That's literally what I thought of in my head. And I'm like, wow. Oh my god. I'm not making fun of you. I just thought of that visually. God, I'm sorry. I told you I'm artistically inclined. I think when I see these moments, I just visualize them and I'm like, wow, that's wild, bro. That's crazy. Listen, she had it covered. Because my dad cheated. Whoa! Artie! Artie! What? Just I encountered. What did I encounter here? What did I encounter here? Fuck. Not if you still remember. What do you mean it happened 26 years ago? It's fine. Bitch, you remember that like it's the back of your hand. What are you talking about? It's okay, Artie. I'm chill. I'm chill. It's just you took me by a windstorm with that. But that's funny though. That is funny a little bit. Holy fuck,
and they might
bro.
not even get the chance to swing their sword around there. Brittany replies that
Trauma
it is fine
sticks
with her
with you.
because she just
I
wants to
see.
stay by her master's side. Well, Madeline gives
Oh
up
my
and accepts
heart.
her sincerity. She tells her butler that she will send him a letter when she reaches her destination, and he says that he will be waiting eagerly for her return. Madeline steps onto the carriage and turns around to take one last look at her mansion. Soon, the news that Madeline has left the city reaches Lance too, and he knows well that Theo is going to kill him when he finds it out. However, he is glad that, at least, Madeline is not retiring forever. He wants her to be safe and then return as soon as possible. Meanwhile, Madeline's carriage stops in the forest, and she decides to use the teleport scroll there to erase all their tracks. She tears the scroll, and their carriage passes through a strange dimension before arriving in a completely different place.
So he
Brittany
really
is
can't
unable
find
to
her.
process everything and asks if they are there yet, and Madeline affirms. Outside the window, Brittany can clearly see the sea, and she keeps staring at it even after they get to their lodging. The other ladies there find her cute for being so excited about seeing the sea and the teleportation scroll. The ladies then begin talking about the auction of the rare red pearl, which is said to symbolize eternal love and a happy family. They talk about the identity of the man who spent a fortune purchasing it, but Madeline is not interested in their gossip. Soon, they return to the carriage, and Madeline prepares to use another teleportation scroll. She has used 4 scrolls already, and Alan is worried about her because any ordinary person would already collapse from exhaustion. However, Madeline is completely fine, and she says that in the past she has even used 10 scrolls in a row. However, just as she rips up the scroll and teleports away, the ladies who were talking about the red pearl remark that it was Duke Theo who purchased it. They are curious about the lady he will give it to, and some believe that it will be none other than Madeline. Later that evening, Madeline and her group reached her destination. Brittany wants to throw up because it was her first time being teleported, and Alan gives her the medicine to control her nausea. Madeline says that she has heard that there is a city nearby. Alan confirms that by reading the map. He says that it is an old and pretty quiet city named Antique, and if they hurry, they can reach there before nightfall. It still gets dark by the time they reach the city. The first thing they see is a giant tree that is gleaming with numerous lights around it. Madeline also stares at the tree, but more specifically at the children who are still playing with it.
This is such
She
a
asks
nice
Brittany
little
if the children will be
fantasy
alright,
Hallmark
as Brittany is
tale.
focused on searching for the children. The carriage hits a bump, and she hits the wall with her face. She has hurt her nose and lips, so Madeline gently examines her injury and says that she has an ointment for injuries. She asks Brittany if it hurts a lot, but the poor girl has her mind blown by how close Madeline is to her. Forget about Theo, I ship Madeline with Brittany.
You
Brittany
damn
is
right I
really
do.
flustered.
Shit, I ship with Madeline with Brittany too. No, that's a trap. What do you mean it's a trap? Bruh, look, I actually like a lot of Yuri manga and manhwa as well. Those are my sucker ones. I just don't like it being depressing. You know what I mean? I hate depressing, like, gay romances. I really hate depressing love stories. Like, where it's, like, too depressing. Not for me. Those kids are distracted from the other 17 about to bug you. Bro, I'm telling you, they really are, though. Oh, those kids in the trees.
And she does not snap out of that mood even when they reach a hotel. Alan tells Madeline to rest well as he leaves her in her room. She finds that the room is clean and cozy, but despite that, she has trouble falling asleep. She keeps thinking about Theo, who is going to return to the capital tomorrow. He had promised to talk things through with her once he got back. Madeline wonders if leaving before his arrival was for the best, but she has made up her mind to follow her path through to the end. She thinks that she will tell Theo everything
Our
one day,
hairstyle's
but
similar,
that reminds
that's why
her
I
that
have
he
my
hates
model
kids.
on.
She thinks that if she told him honestly that she was pregnant with his child, he would tell her to get rid of it. That enrages Madeline, but she calms herself down because Theo has not said anything about it yet. She decides to get some fresh air, so she goes to the window and finds that the children are still playing on the tree. Madeline finds it really odd, so she goes downstairs to talk to them. The children notice her too, and they tell each other that a human seems to be able to see them. They look at her pretty hair and wonder if she is a half-elf. Madeline hears all that and asks the children if they are fairies. The kids find it cool that she can hear them too, and now Madeline's doubts about them being fairies are verified. She had heard about the fairies from Theo, and he often told her how most humans couldn't see them. Also, 20% of this world is occupied by fairies, and humans are rarely allowed to enter it. The entrance to their empire is hidden by a huge tree and a barrier, and it is said that sometimes fairies live with humans by concealing their appearance. Madeline thinks that the children are also fairies in disguise. She tells them that she is a human and that this is her first time seeing fairies. The kids are surprised and ask her how she can see them. One of them notices that Madeline is pregnant, and he believes that she can see them because of the child. Madeline asks him how he knew that she was pregnant, and the fairies reply that they can see children anywhere, and some very young children can also see them. Madeline smiles as she understands this, and then the fairies start descending from the tree. They begin looking at Madeline's belly and remark that her child seems to be very unique. She asks them what they mean, and they tell her that there is a really pretty light coming out of her belly that only they can see. The fairies tell Madeline that her child will become someone incredibly special someday, but she doesn't seem to be happy about it. The words of the fairies are akin to a prophecy for her. She wanted her child to live an ordinary life unlike hers, and realizing that it may not be possible saddens her. The fairies notice that she is looking sad, so they ask if she is unwell. They even offer to give her some fairy water to help her feel better. Madeline just smiles and tells the fairies that she is fine. She squats down and holds the face of one boy, declining his offer of fairy water. Madeline knows that it is a really precious medicine that can cure pretty much everything, but she still does not want it. She holds the boy's face, saying that she knows that fairy water is made of the tears of fairies. She tells him that she is much stronger than she looks, so they don't have to force themselves to cry for her sake.
Aww,
the boy is moved, and Madeline hugs
sweet.
him, which makes the other fairies want a hug too. She gives them a group hug and then decides to leave. She promises to visit them again tomorrow before leaving town, and the fairies rush back to their tree, waving her goodnight. However, once Madeline is gone, the fairies start talking among themselves too. One of them believes that not only was a bright light coming from her belly, but Madeline was also releasing a soft light. Another says that it should not be possible because humans don't give out light. But the first one says that maybe Madeline doesn't know that she's not a normal human. The next day, Madeline visits the tree as promised and calls out to the fairies, but they don't respond. She looks around and wonders if they are sleeping. She finds a small vial at the base of the tree and picks it up. She decides to keep it back, but then it suddenly starts shaking, and Madeline understands that it is trying to communicate with her. She learns from the tree that the fairies left the vial for her, and the tree wants her to take it along. Madeline notices that it is fairy water, and she wants to thank the kids for it. However, they are not nearby. Still, she has brought some cookies for them. She hands them over to the tree and gently kisses it, asking it to give the cookies to the kids and promising that she will visit them again. She feels the tree rattle and wonders if it is just her imagination. It is not, because RMC seems to have raised up even a tree.
Oh my
tells
god.
The tree that if
not you making the tree blush, like out here going.
anyone comes looking for her later, the kids should not say anything. She leaves with that, but notices a rich redhead covered in more jewelry than an average American rapper, sipping wine and casually watching.
What did they just say? What did he just say? Looking more. I don't think we heard that correctly. Hello? Give me a minute. The way they just smoothed that shit on by.
Looking for her later, the kids should not say anything. She leaves with that, but notices a rich redhead covered in more jewelry than an average American rapper, sipping wine and casually watching. Madeline gives him one look and then covers her face with her hat before getting into her carriage. The redhead wonders who she is and why she treated the tree so affectionately as if it were special. Just then, someone knocks on his door, and the redhead tells them to come in. The man first throws a girl with crumpled wings on the ground.
No.
She begs the redhead to save her, and he leans close to her, telling her that they are trying to help her. He lifts her up and tells her to take a good look at the tree in front of them and tell him if she can see the fairies. She cannot see them, and the redhead's words suddenly turn menacing. She tells the girl named Melina that if she can't see fairies, then all the effort he puts into treating her will be in vain. The redhead tells the person called Dimon to destroy the tree, and he chants a spell in a strange language and attacks the tree with black lightning. As the tree rattles from the impact of the attack, Melina suddenly sees the 3 fairy children huddled up, and she tells the redhead that she saw them. Meanwhile, Madeline feels a chill down her spine as the tree is attacked.
No! Come on, Madeline! Knock them bitches out!
Really
Knock them out, Madeline!
She thinks that it must somehow be related to the redhead she saw.
Oh, she knows.
Who was none other than the prince of the Akan Kingdom.
I'm telling you.
The Akan Kingdom is actually
Gil,
a
is that
neutral
you,
nation
bro?
situated next to the Rojas Empire.
It's Gilgamesh up in here. He just got reincarnated.
They are pretty self-sufficient and don't get very involved in war or trade. Madeline visited them just once to make a deal about medical supplies for the army, as she was talking about a coachman who was telling her about how excellent Akan's medical creams are. The redhead Prince Buford Adio came there. He passed a remark at Madeline and then asked her if she was the famous general. He began praising her deeds as he approached her and then tried reaching out to her face. Madeline sternly told him to stop and told him that if he touched her, he would immediately cut his wrist. Buford acted scared and told Madeline that there was no need to be so sensitive. He kept teasing her, even though Madeline and her entire squad gave him death stares. Brick was about to throw hands even when, suddenly, a lightning bolt struck the horse pulling their carriage.
Ooh.
The horse didn't even do anything. Prince Buford was
That's what I'm
stunned by
saying.
this, and he began looking around while yelling and demanding the culprit come out. Well, Madeline knew that lightning magic is a specialty of Theo, and it doesn't even leave any trace behind. As Madeline is busy thinking about that day, Brittany calls her name repeatedly, asking if anything is wrong. Madeline tells Brittany that she wants her to wait outside the carriage for a moment while she passes a message to Brick. Once Madeline is left alone in the carriage, she uses a communication device to contact Brick. He freaks out as he hears her voice because Theo is back in town and he has wreaked havoc while looking for Madeline. Brick says that right after his meeting with Lance, Theo flew to her house and then destroyed it when he found that she was not there. After that, he sat in the ruins of the house like an idiot all night, waiting.
Theo destroyed her house and then sat in the ruins of her house. That is a toxic friends with benefits if I know anyone. I'm just saying.
For her to come back. Madeline is distraught upon learning that Theo destroyed her house, but she decides to come to the main topic. She told Brick that currently, the Prince of the Akan Kingdom is in the city of Antique. She asks him to relay this news to the Crown Prince and also find out about any recent events that have happened in the Akan Kingdom. Madeline then asks Brick to not let a single soul know that she contacted him. Brick is afraid and says that Theo might use mind-type magic on him, and Madeline tries to assure him that he won't do anything that crazy. Well, she immediately takes back her words because she has zero confidence in them. She thinks that Theo should have no reason to be so frantic when they are just friends. Well, he has already destroyed her mansion because she, who is just a friend, has disappeared.
Yeah.
After that, Madeline decides to go back and see what is happening.
Apparently she's got a magical punani that he just cannot let go. How do you get mad at your friends with benefits? And then you like guilt trip them? You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't think people are paying attention to this story, right? If you're the artist or a writer of manhwa, let me just say this. You have a friends with benefits, right? He's in love with you, obviously. He literally can't let you go. He burns down your house when he finds out you're gone after he just said he don't want kids, and then he gonna try to propose to you later. But what if she had kids? Y'all don't have these discussions before you try to get intimate. Hello? Okay, you know, but what would I know? Fuck, what would I know? Shit.
In this city.
I mean, I'm
but
just
then
saying.
She worries that the prince might spot her here, and things will get bothersome.
This is
She
wild.
wants to leave quickly, but she
is
also
so
wants
hot.
to save her fairy.
Fuck me up, bitch. Fuck me up, bitch. Fuck me up. And I said, just fuck me up. I'm sorry, she's so hot. I'm sorry.
Friends if they are in danger. So Madeline gives Brick another order. She tells him to immediately inform Theo that she is in Antique right now. Brick panics on hearing that sudden command, but
Okay.
Madeline cuts off the communication and
Ooh.
tells Brittany and Alan to get back on the carriage because they are leaving immediately. She tears one teleportation scroll after the other, and soon both her companions are feeling dizzy. Madeline tells them to rest as she takes the helm. Alan tells her to stop because they have already traveled 500 kilometers within minutes, and going any
Damn.
farther will not be possible. Madeline simply tells him to hang in there and rips a few more scrolls, quickly passing time zones. At the end of it, both Brittany and Alan collapse. Madeline used 9 high-level teleportation scrolls to travel 900 kilometers in a day. hoping that now
Damn.
Theo wouldn't be able to track her easily. So she basically summoned a live nuke to deal with the redhead prince and then hightailed out of the city. Soon after that, Madeline reaches a nearby town and knocks on the door of an inn. She tells the owner that her cousin and younger sister are not feeling well, so they would like to book a room for them. The lady is quite glad to welcome them because she has not had any customers in a long time and eagerly brings them inside. Once they get to their room, Alan uses his magic to check up on Madeline's condition. He tells her that the baby is growing up well. He even shows her an ultrasound of her womb using magic, and that was not on my bingo list for this manhwa. Madeline smiles on seeing her baby,
dead.
and then Alan says that because she is much healthier than any other woman, she is not experiencing morning sickness yet, but she still needs to be careful. He tells her that from now on, anything she hears, eats, or sees can affect her baby. With that, Alan runs to his room because he is already too exhausted. Madeline is left alone, and she wonders if Theo found out about the fairy children. She is not sure about anyone else, but she is confident that Theo can also see them because he has elf blood. Madeline thinks that she was able to see the fairies because the child in her womb has Theo's blood.
Yep,
She
that's
just
what I'm
hopes that everything is
thinking.
alright.
I'm sorry.
That makes her notice that now that they are apart, she can't stop thinking about Theo. She asks her unborn child if he is thinking about his father too. She tells the child that she loves Theo, but only as a friend and a brother. Our dude got friend-zoned and brothers in the place.
Yikes.
Comment wit for him.
Oh my god, this is such a messy manhwa.
Are you thinking of your daddy too? I think about him. I love him too.
But as a friend. Bruh, if that don't sound like a fucking dick donor, I don't know what is. That's yikes, bro. Yo, this man is in love with her. She's like, thank you for your dick sperm donation. I can have my family now. This is like, she don't even love him. This is so messy, bro, but I love it. I don't, this is crazy. That's why I watch it. I don't live it, okay?
Madeline thinks that siblings are supposed to protect each other and not hurt each other, which is why she is leaving. However, it is also true that she was the one who attacked Theo that day. Even though Theo would not mind being attacked like that each day, Madeline thinks that she is truly trash. She begins thinking that even though it was under the effect of the scroll, being so pushy was bad. But that reminds her that she didn't force him at all. After the first kiss, it was Theo who took the lead.
Ooh.
Madeline begins recalling the vivid memories of that night. She remembers how Theo was not ready to let her go for even 1 second, and he kept moaning her name with longing. She blushes a bit on thinking that and decides that it was not her fault at all. She is feeling too excited after thinking about all that, so she decides to take a walk to cool herself.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, at the same time, in Antique, Theo has reached the damaged tree. He touches it and tries pumping magic into it so that it recovers, but that doesn't work out. Theo knew that the tree needs more than just magic. It needs a rich environment and a lot of time because it is a fairy tree made from happiness. He then begins thinking about Madeline.
Not this again. Oh god, this happens every single manhwa. They don't know how to say protagonist or happiness. It's happiness and progonist. Or like in this one, it said progonism in the beginning of the story. Progonism.
Who just left one letter for him.
Oh my god,
Earlier,
bro.
when Theo returned home after his business trip, he found the letter Madeline had left him. She started by saying that this is the first time in 20 years that either one of them has written a letter to the other. She continued that if it were not for that night, they would still be talking frankly with each other instead of communicating through this letter. Madeline wrote that saving Theo from being kidnapped that day led her to her fate. She asked him to understand that she has some reasons for leaving without explaining things, and she asked him to chalk it up to fate. She wrote that she made this decision for both of them. She told him that he should not bother looking for her because she would come back with a lot of surprises when the time was right. At the end, she wrote that she was sorry again about that night, but he was really amazing. Well, as Theo was reading the letter over and over again,
Was he crying?
Rick approached him and told him that Madeline was in Antique right now. That was enough to send him into overdrive, and he immediately teleported to Antique, where the 3 fairy children were under attack by the nasty prince. Theo spotted the dark lightning magic hitting the tree, and though the only thing on his mind was Madeline, he couldn't ignore the situation. He knew that whoever was attacking the tree must be a high-level wizard, but none of the wizards he knew would hit a fairy tree with lightning. Theo was furious and realized that Madeline had led him here on purpose to see this. He created a reflective shield around the tree with his magic that blocked the lightning and created a trail towards the person casting the spell. However, when Theo reached the location they were casting the spell from, he found that they had already teleported. He tracked the junk left by them and arrived in a forest, where he found the elf girl called Melina fatally wounded, and the wound had clear traces of demonic magic. Theo immediately contacted the magician named Derek at his location and asked him to prepare to retrieve a corpse. He then cast a shield of protection around the fairy tree and began walking away. Suddenly, he heard the voice of the fairy children, saying that he emits the same light. Theo turned around to see the elf children resting on the tree. They thanked him, and Theo immediately asked them if they saw an incredibly pretty and strong lady with green hair. The fairies told him that she gave them some delicious cookies and that she had a light similar to his. However, the three boys were getting incredibly sleepy because of the damage the tree took earlier, and they began submerging into it as they fell asleep. Theo yelled at them to tell him more, but it was no use as the fairy kids were already gone. Back at Madeline's location, she finds Alan sleepwalking outside. She tries to stop him before he falls, and Alan starts apologizing to someone called Nadia. He hugs Madeline and starts crying, and she doesn't know what to do in this situation.
He's sleepwalking.
She thinks that Nadia is the name of Alan's dead wife and wonders if he is mistaking her for Nadia. Well, Madeline simply jerks him awake, and Alan freaks out when he finds her in front of him. He turns red with embarrassment as he realizes what he just did, but he doesn't even know what he did yet. He is so embarrassed just because Madeline caught him sleepwalking. He says that he suffers from sleepwalking whenever he is too tired, and he apologizes for showing her his ugly side. Madeline tells him that it was not ugly, but there was a bit of crying involved. He has a mini meltdown, after which Madeline asks him if his wife was named Nadia. He affirms, and then she says that he must still love her a lot. He begins talking about her, saying that he still loves her and longs for her, but he doesn't remember her with sadness. He says that she is the type of person who gives him only happiness, even when she is not around.
Happiness. There we go again. She only gives him happiness, not happiness, guys. When we say happiness now, we have to say happiness every single time. Happiness. Chat, every time before we leave today, I want you to say happiness.
After that, he asked Madeline if she was having a child with someone she loved.
Let's
she got
go
off
say
while
it.
explaining that it was not exactly
Ian, I know you're
romantic
lurking.
love. Alan remarks
Spread
that it
your
must be a friend
happiness.
then, and Madeline is surprised that he figured it out. He tells her that she is quite easy to read, and he just thought that she was scary before meeting her. Madeline asks him if she is scary, and Alan freaks as he tries to come up with ways to cover for his words. Madeline tells him not to be scared of her, and he gains some confidence to ask her some personal questions. He asks her why she is having the baby just by herself, and Madeline decides to tell him because he is her doctor. She claims that for her, this child is a blessing and a miracle, but it can be something entirely different for his father. That is why she just wants the child to be born as a blessing. In response to this, Alan tells her that she will become a good mother, and Madeline thanks him with her whole heart. The next morning, Madeline and her friends have breakfast in the inn.
What is
The owner
that?
tells her about how she went through
What
her
is
pregnancy.
that?
Meanwhile,
What
her
did she
husband
cook,
asks
y'all?
Madeline why she is traveling alone when she is pregnant, and why her husband is not around to care for her.
There we go.
Well, Madeline doesn't want to speak the truth, or it may eventually reach Theo. That is why she says that she is currently on the run from her husband. That is a great shock that makes Brittany spit out her drink, and even Alan is nervous. Madeline continues with her lies, saying that her husband is an alcoholic and a gambling addict who is always with another woman. She says that she could not endure it all, so she ran away from home. She deserves an Oscar for this. The shop owner calls Madeline's husband a piece of non-recyclable garbage, but she says that it is her fault for marrying him without knowing what kind of guy he was. Well, Brittany also joins the act and begins shedding tears, saying that her sister has endured many hardships.
Second best
She also
performance.
gets a nomination for the Oscars from my side. She also nudges Alan to add to the story, but he is too nervous to say anything. The old lady is moved by the story, and Madeline asks her to keep it a secret in case her husband comes looking for her. She promises to do so, and she even decides to pack some bread for Madeline to take on her journey.
Aw, that's
Meanwhile,
sweet.
Madeline's half-real, half-fake husband is using his magic to repair her house that he himself destroyed.
Bruh.
He keeps walking as he fixes everything, and then sits on the bed, wondering where Madeline went. He wonders if he was so insignificant to her that she would leave him without saying anything. He thinks that, at this rate, he might go insane because of her. After that, he visits Prince Lance, who is getting ready for a meeting. Lance asks him if he has found Madeline
Yo,
yet,
that
and he
dude
shakes
up
his
to
head
the
negatively.
9. Do you see his outfit? You see his outfit? Bitch is sparkling. He said, "Oh, brother, how can I help you today?" They just like dressing the bitch up like, "Hello there, dear brother. How can I help you?" That's literally what I can think of right
Lance
now.
asks him if he has
Good
found
day,
Madeline
good
yet,
prince, good
and he
day.
shakes his head negatively. The prince knows that Theo is on his edge after Madeline left, and he hopes that he also doesn't vanish searching after her. He then remarks that he heard about Theo finding the corpse of an elf and adds that he also has some unusual news. Lance says that he recently received a strange report about a foreign noble buying an old castle in the Empire. He says that the castle is near the fairy forest, and the noble family is rumored to have a nasty hobby of collecting fairies. Lance then talks about the time when humans were hostile to other species, but that was long ago. Right now, humans and other species live in peace with each other, and fairies and elves are two very important friends. That is why, even if it is just a rumor, they cannot let any report about them being harmed go unnoticed. Lance asks Theo if he can investigate that personally, but he has something to ask first. Theo knows that the prince must have hid the news about Madeline leaving the capital because she asked
Here
him
it comes,
to.
guys.
He says that he can fully understand that the crown prince would agree with Madeline's request, but his heart still cannot take it. That is why he declares that he will not be accepting any work from the imperial family in the meantime. He says that the wizards of the magic tower have taken jobs all across the continent, and it was only because of his patriotism that he was working so ardently for the sake of the empire. Lance tries to stop him from speaking more, but Theo clearly says that he does not have much patriotism left in him, and his loyalty does not lie here either. Lance tries to apologize and even offers to give Theo Madeline's first sword that he always wanted, but he refuses to accept his apology as it changes nothing. He leaves with that, and Lance can only keep cursing him. Theo is fuming about the audacity of the prince to order him to investigate something else when he kept Madeline's retirement a secret from him. He enters the magic tower lab and asks the other researchers about what they have found out about the elf woman he brought back. The researchers say that they need more time to come to a clear conclusion. He adds that while the blood in the body is clearly similar to that of a fairy, the organs are closer to those of a human. The exterior of the woman's body is like a banshee, but not completely. Her mana waves are a mess too, and it is likely that she didn't know how to use them properly. If the woman was a fairy, she would have been able to use her mana
is she
naturally.
like a
Theo decides to inspect her body
mix
himself,
between them?
and he finds that her mana really is a mess, almost as if someone forcibly injected mana into her. He
That's
then
what I'm
asks the
thinking.
other researchers the conclusion they came to,
She's an
and they look at
experiment.
each other because no one wants to tell him the truth. They decide with rock, paper, scissors in the background, and the loser is about to tell Theo the conclusion when he realizes it himself. Theo says that the corpse must be a chimera, and everyone flinches on hearing that. Theo connects this chimera incident to the request Lance made of him
I
earlier,
love this
and he
story
feels
only
that now
because
he
they
has
make
no
the
choice but
extras
to
so
investigate
funny.
the strange noble who has bought the castle. On the other hand,
I
Madeline
don't
has
like
reached
these
her
two. I just
destination,
only want to
a
watch for the
beautiful southern
extras.
city
Does that
named
have to
Iowa.
say?
4 years ago, she was here with Theo during the war, and they overlooked the city from a cliff at night. She can't believe that she is having Theo's baby now and wonders what more surprises life and this place hold for her. It has been 1 month since Madeline arrived in Iowa,
While
and
this
she
is
has
happening,
adopted
I'm
a
gonna
fake name,
check
Leah,
something real quick.
and told everyone that this is the hometown of her dead husband. The people of the town think that Madeline is a very lucky lady.
What are you two
because ever
doing?
since she has come
Leah.
here, there have been no goblin or ogre attacks. Well, unbothered by such news, Madeline is busy reading the newspaper in her house. She reads that Theo has been surrounded by controversy recently. The navy of a neighboring kingdom approached his territory recently, and they were caught in a trap laid out by Theo that dealt heavy damage to them. The news says that Theo said that it was just a regular magic circle that malfunctioned, but most people believed that it was some sort of retaliation. Meanwhile, the princess of the empire, who had been rejected by Theo once, has been insulting him by saying that he rejected her because maybe he likes men. Well, Madeline is shocked to read.
Wow. This bitch is wild, dude. She is vicious, dude. I'm laughing. She said, he probably doesn't like me because, like, he's gay. Like, oh, bitch. Hi, Silent. Hello. Yo, Matcha, how are you? Been a long ass time. Hello. Sorry, I'm like, we're doing Monday Manhwa today. You already know. Oh my god, that made me laugh. She said, he just didn't accept me because he just likes dick. I mean, I don't know. I mean, what's wrong with that? Like, let them choose what they want to choose. Fuck you, you ugly ass woman. Ooh, that makes me so mad. Ooh, that makes me so mad. Ooh, 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 makes me so mad. Wow. Y'all gonna laugh when you find out the name of this. When you find out the name of this manhwa, you're gonna laugh. I won. I won at live. Let's go. Let's go. Glad to hear that.
She feels that if Theo wanted
Oh my God.
he would never have appeared on the news like this.
I'm glad.
And this is not
I'm
the
proud
first
of you,
time
Sally.
either. In the past month, Theo has been in the headlines 3 times. Madeline wonders if he plans to become a troublemaker now. 3 weeks
Ooh.
ago, Madeline read the news about Theo raising down her mansion and then restoring it.
Oh,
After
she's
that,
showing
Brittany came
now.
running to
Her
Madeline
stomach is
with
showing.
news that said that Theo's magic had been totally unsealed. But he overdid it and is now in a coma. Madeline
Ooh.
freaked out on hearing this, because unsealing magic was a really hard thing to do, even for the best wizards. Back to the present, Madeline finally begins to realize that Theo is doing all this to gain her attention. She wonders how crazy he can be just to find one friend. Well, at least Lance has not told him anything about it. When Madeline went to ask for her retirement, she told the Crown Prince not to tell Theo anything. She refused to tell him the reason for that, and Lance knew better than to force her. Eventually, Lance told Madeline that he would grant her a temporary retirement. But if Theo finds her, she will have to return. Well, Madeline thinks that Theo should not risk his life just to find
Fireball.
her. She tells the baby in her womb that his dad is a bit crazy and has a foul
She
temper.
pregnant? Yeah,
she knows
okay.
that he will keep trying.
I'll let you watch the VOD later, but this whole story, I'll read the title to you so you understand. It's called Strongest Knight Gets Pregnant After One Night Stand with Her Best Friend Who Secretly Loves Her. I will let you watch the VOD later. I don't want to give too much away for the people who are watching with us, but I'll let you watch the VOD later. This will be up on YouTube as well.
Trying methods to find her, but she is determined to stay hidden. She laughs it off, saying that even if Theo
'Cause we're almost
finds
done,
her,
that's
he
why.
won't be able to tell that the baby is his. However, she was forgetting a very popular saying that you can steal everything.
Yeah, I
but
know,
not
it's a
secrets,
weird
which
title,
basically
Silent.
meant that
It's
you
a
cannot
weird
keep
title.
the
I
identity of
promise,
the
it's
baby's
worth it,
father's
though.
secret for long. Later, Brittany comes to her room with her meal, a full roasted turkey. Madeline was feeling hungry too, and she quickly chopped up the turkey with her impeccable skills. Brittany is
I would
impressed,
too if I'm
and
hungry.
Madeline says that this cooked meat is too tender, and she has even chopped up raw meat like this. Meanwhile, Alan is outside, and he is terrified of the 2 women now. He decides not to meet Madeline and leaves for his business trip. He has noticed that Madeline's appetite is increasing day by day,
Oh, God.
and she is not paying any attention to things like gestational obesity or diabetes he has warned her about. As he leaves the house, he can only hope that Madeline eats in moderation. Later, Madeline and Brittany are walking around in the market, talking about how warm it is compared to the capital. Brittany tells her that when spring comes to Iowa, a festival will be held. That makes Madeline realize that she has never attended a
Crazy
festival
ass
before.
title, it
She thinks
is.
about how
It's a
peaceful her
crazy
life
ass
is now
title.
because she doesn't have to kill or risk her life every day. She is happy, but still misses Theo sometimes. The recent news said that he visits the night school established by Madeline every day, and she really can't figure him out. Soon, a neighbor comes there and begins fussing about Madeline coming to the market when the weather is so cold. She tells her to go back home and relax, and she borrows some hand warmers from a shop owner nearby. He also tells Madeline that she has to take care of herself because she is pregnant, and she thanks them both. Brittany then notices some fresh apples, and Madeline decides to buy them because they smell nice.
What in the
Delaney
screen
gives
time?
Madeline one, and she tears it in 2 with her bare hands, shocking the onlookers. Madeline just laughs
Oh, you should take care of yourself. You're pregnant. She's like, oh, an apple. Break. Like,
it off, saying that the apple is nicely ripe, so it breaks apart quite easily. She thanks the lady once again, and
They
then
run
quickly rushes
home.
back home with Brittany. Time passes,
That's
and now Madeline
wild.
is in the 5th month of her pregnancy.
That's
Alan is teaching her
wild.
about prenatal education and tells Madeline that she should only look at pretty things, hear nice things, and eat healthy things. Also, he has found out that Madeline has a baby girl, whom she has already named Sasha. Alan takes out a book to read to Madeline, but she says
Her
that
name
she
is
will read
Sasha.
it herself. He insists, saying that male voices travel better to the womb, and Madeline knows that because he already advised her to let the baby hear her father's voice. Madeline tells Alan that he is not the baby's father, and she plans to read the book herself. Alan hands her the book and tells her to read it with a clear voice so that her baby can hear it. With that, he leaves
That's
the
so
room, and
true.
Madeline
Okay, I'll at least say this. I don't think it's a male's voice, but I think she's going to fall in love later, isn't she? You know what? She might. She might. You know what's funny about that? I will put my 2 cents on this because I had a best friend of 20 years. I was friends with her since we were like 5 and 7 because I stuck up for her when we were on the bus. Because she used to get bullied a lot. Long story short, we became really best friends. She ended up having a kid that I was a godmother to. But we would call each other so much on the phone to talk and hang out and stuff. When she was pregnant, her own child, because I guess she would put me on speaker, would hear my voice. So it got to a point, even before I got to meet them, you know, because we lived in different states at the time. But before I got to meet my godson, the godson was already aware of me. Even though it was our first encounter, he was so comfortable with me. I'm trying not to say his name, but like he was so comfortable with me, and I was like, I've never had this. But then I thought about it, and my friend pointed it out because she's like, well, you know, we used to talk on the phone all the time, so he is aware of your voice. I hope you know that. And I'm like, that's right. I fucking forgot. Because like when you do talk to babies, they do understand and hear you. They may not be able to catch on to that quickly, but it is a real thing. And like, I will say that is true. I don't think it's like a male's voice. I think it's just whoever's voice they hear the most and that's comforting and loud and clear. They are going to be used to that voice even later. So yeah. Why was Miss Monday Manhwa? No, Insanity did. Why? It's okay. There's going to be a VOD. Don't worry. Also, hi. Hi. How are you? Hi. How are you? Oh, man. Insanity. We've been making so many jokes. There's a guy in here. I will say someone made a joke saying someone was blue eyes and blonde hair. It was a guy who's kind of like a finance, like secretary, kind of prince underneath the art mage. So I made it. Someone made a joke saying, who was it? Was it Artie? Or was it saying? I'm trying to remember. They were there. They were saying, oh my God, how do I start off? I'm looking for a guy in finance. 6'5", blue eyes. And I just thought I'd telling you that. I don't know. You'll see the VOD, though, for everyone who wants to see the VOD.
Madeleine's words that he is not the father keep echoing in his mind. While he was with Madeline and Brittany, he unknowingly made the mistake of thinking that he was a father again. He remembers his dead wife, and he thinks that Madeline is right because he is not a father anymore. He doesn't get gloomy thinking about that and simply thanks his wife, Nadia. Meanwhile, Madeline reads the story of a baby bear who was poor and haggard. His friends made fun of him because he didn't have cool swords, sturdy shoes, or pretty hats. One day, a huge storm came to the village and took away all the swords, shoes, and hats. The sad animals blamed God for this, who appeared before them and said that he gave them everything and took everything from them. The animals tried to understand the words of God while the baby bear was busy gathering fruits to eat. He had learned to survive with his own strength, and seeing him, the other animals realized that he had a lot of things they didn't have. The baby bear also realized.
Yay, revenge,
so
karma! I'm telling you. Oh, you're gonna like
wisdom.
this story. I'll tell you after
and
this.
soon he became the world's most powerful bear. That was the end of the story, and Madeline caressed her belly, telling her child that she can also become anything and do anything. Just like the baby bear, she promises to love her and keep her safe, and then decides to go to sleep. Well, there is one more part of prenatal education before that, and that is watching the pretty face of the baby daddy. Madeline thinks that if her child looks like Theo, it will be troublesome, but if she doesn't, it will be a shame too. So she hopes that her child looks like her and Theo as well. Madeline falls asleep with that. And
I will say, for you, Insanity Den, this is the name of the title. I saw Silent the same thing. Strongest Knight gets pregnant after a one-night stand with her best friend, who secretly loves her. That's literally all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Hey, yo, ma'am, your hands are scarred. Who I need to beat? No, listen. They're a knight. The guy you see right there is an archmage. They've been childhood best friends. The archmage is also a prince. So, like, the reason why she became a knight is because she saved him one day when he was a kid. They got really close growing up. So she became, like, a royal knight. They accidentally had, like, a scroll that made them horny, basically. Made them fucking have sex. And now she's pregnant. And she's running away. She temporarily retired, so she's running away to take care of her baby because he doesn't want kids. He already got mad when he came back from a business trip, found out she was gone. He blew up her house. She found it out. She's like, "Thank God I'm gone. Whew, I love him, but damn, he crazy." You know, I'm like, this is so messy because mind you, they're not in a relationship. They were just fucking by accident. And then she's like, "Oh, friends, right?" And he's like, "Ah!" So yeah. He said, "Man's blew up the house." Yeah, bro, it gets crazy. I'll leave the VOD up for everyone who came late. Don't worry, the VOD will be up. The disrespect, and also we do put all these streams on YouTube in case you miss, like when the VOD goes away. Don't worry, we'll put this on YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, what's up? Hey.
And in her dreams, she
So this
finds
is Theo.
Theo hugging her.
Yeah.
She notices that her belly is flat and wonders where her child went. Theo asks her if she wants a baby and then suggests that they should make one. He gently touches her, and Madeline hugs him tightly. They kiss passionately. But then Madeline realizes that this is a dream because she thinks that there is no way that Theo would want a child.
Aww.
That's all for this video. If you liked it and want to see...
Damn, and that's how it ends. Oh my god. Okay, I want to tell you the name of this manhwa, and y'all are gonna go bonkers. Okay. I looked at the name while this video was going, and y'all are gonna lose your damn mind. It's so funny. Hold on. Wait. Y'all want to know the name of this? Y'all really want to know the name of this? Look at this. Look, look, look. You talk about that's disrespect? You want to see? Look at the name of this. Hold on. I gotta show you. Look at the name. I was thinking the same thing. It's not, you are not the father. I can't. It's like a runaway bride. You are not the father. Oh, but I am the father. Not today, motherfucker. Oh my god. Oh, okay. Oh my god, my chest. Oh my god. Oh my god, yeah. I mean, they got some on top of us, but you don't have to. That's not the only place you can watch it. It's literally called It's Not Your Baby. It's more of like a rom-com slash, like, it's really a rom-com, honestly. I think if I do finish watching this or reading this, I think I might watch it just because of the side characters, honestly. Not even the main two. Like, yes, I like the girl more than the guy. Like, this has actually been one of those very few manhwas. I really am in love with the girl, and fuck the guy. Like, he's like, it's not just because he's like a twink to me, but like, he's just, his characteristics are so unappetizing, I could vomit into like lesbianness. I'm just saying, I'm sorry. Not that I am, I'm just like, I'm bisexual, but anyways, so, just saying, so, but yeah, so if you guys, I am actually recording this while I'm doing this, so if you guys are watching this from the YouTube, hello, chat, say hi to YouTube, and also, if you guys want to watch us on the live streams, catch us at twitch.tv/Ms. MatchaBlossom to watch us stream it every Monday, at 7 p.m. EST or 8 p.m. EST, so, YouTube, yes, everyone saying hi, so thank you so much for being here, YouTube, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to spread peace, love, and happiness. Is only up to you to make every day beautiful, YouTube. Have a good one, YouTube. Bye, YouTube.